Ravenous Squirrels, that's right, I keep forgetting. Damn it, I need to name these. Ravenous Squirrels, god, weirdest names ever.
I do apologize for that.
Oh no, it's hilarious, I think it's great. Uh, for a recap, we are going to have Madison, who plays the character Scarlet, do our recap for us.
Okay, so this is a recap in her point of view. We get to the continent after a bit and we find some kids. We take them back to a ship where they are safe, and Julius and Dan takes them to another continent. We then go to a graveyard and find some information of the town. We then get a boat. We then get a boat and go to the abandoned ships where we looted them. We then return to Kane and claimed our money, but then the group also knows about Julius's and Scarlet's bounty. Luckily, Kane paid the Dragonborn generals 3 million gold to just forget about it. Not much happened after that, and blah blah blah. She just went on about her life story.
Okay.
So I get 1 cantrip, 2 level 2s, and 4 level 3s.
So, what do you guys want to do?
Right now I'm gonna drag over my spells, but I'm gonna keep reading the book because you have to study this book for a decent amount of time. I do know what I need. The problem is collecting appropriate body parts. I would collect it from our younger members, but I already told myself I wouldn't, I don't need anything from Scarlet. She's a nice person. Having a Dragonborn torso could end up really weird.
I'm tiny. I'm looking at you and you're looking around and I just say I'm tiny for some reason. I don't know, but it just comes out of my mouth.
Oh, he is looking at everybody like, no, that wouldn't work. No.
I am a noble, so, I mean...
Yes, but you can't combine male parts with a female body. It's just it's horrendous. I won't even do it.
Oh, well then.
One of the I'm not good enough to be a flesh golem? No, you're not.
Well, screw me then.
Okay, what do you guys do? They're more than just
Well,
Ragnar and Sully there, and Kren, so others can talk.
Well, what time is it? And where are we?
Julius.
You guys are back on the Varco continent. Yeah, I know, Julius, I'm sorry. You guys are back on the Barks continent, the Dwarven continent. Currently still in the town of Mandaral. And you guys were planning on doing a little, last I saw, planning on doing a little practicing with the cannons, so that way you have a fucking clue how to operate them. Or just hope for the best. I know. It's just habit.
Well, I'm not a fan of trying to operate cannons. Let's see, I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to get rid of one of these cantrips.
And you guys are waiting on Kane to return to tell you the second part of the quest you guys are on. So that's the other thing you're waiting on.
Well, I don't know.
We can free roam, can't we?
Yeah, you're welcome to free roam if you want.
Okay, well, I guess since Julius is, he will go and help the poor, sick, and needy.
How so?
Of Brazil. Well, just like help, like anything that anybody needs. Like he'll feed the poor, do whatever. Be a good Samaritan. Just take care of whatever needs to be done with, like poor people, sick people. He'll try to help. Anybody injured, he'll cure wounds, whatever. You know what I mean.
Madison, roll Julius's perception check.
Oh dear lord.
Oh boy.
I don't know why it rolled twice, but okay.
Neither do I. I'm taking the first one.
Okay.
Poor Julius.
Why?
You found the ground. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, your perception check wasn't that good.
I was just trying to help somebody. What am I about to do? What's about to happen?
As you're, wandering around the town, kind of, helping the poor, tending to people who are injured. One gentleman, he uh, looks like he got some kind of injury. You're not sure what. He kind of waves you over since he sees you helping the others. And as you lean over to help him, you feel a thump on the back of your neck, and you're now unconscious.
Not
My good Samaritan ways.
Damn you.
I'm glad that's happening to you, not me. I'm not what you call a good Samaritan.
Nah, it's just Julius is trying to better himself ways.
Julius forgot that he has active bounty.
Oh, that's right. Gosh darn it.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot that friggin' fact. Why do I keep forgetting about that?
You were even told by the clan of Malachi that they won't touch you, at least by your dragonborn associates. However,
I am.
I'm so happy to have that ring.
Whatever. Let's do it. Roll with it.
no, you're just unconscious for now. They're not like gonna kill you or anything. You're just unconscious. But
not yet.
Not yet. So Dean wants to go practice. He's big on going to practice. I will say he informed. I assume Chris, you would inform the others of this, so I will say it for you, since you don't. I don't want you to type it all out. He does inform you that Daya tells you guys that if you can bring back one of the ones who has been controlled by whatever power is on that continent, that she could probably just determine what it is and give you better defenses against it. She said she could, she might be able to give you some minor stuff for now, but from the description that was given to her, for anything that powerful, she doesn't think what she has would work. So she would need, like, a victim of that current situation. So that's what Dean tells you guys.
I think I'm going to take Haste or Fireball.
Haste makes you faster, but Fireball does some good damage.
Well, I get 2 more once I hit level 6, so I'm not really worried about it now. Because every time you level up as a wizard, you get 2 free spell slots of 1 spell slot that you already have, and since I have 3rd level spells now, once I hit level 6, I can grab 2 more. So
hey,
it's not...
Did I level up?
No.
We're at 5. We're at level 5.
Actually, I'm going to take Vampiric Touch, because that's going to be more helpful for me.
Yeah, you guys should all be level 5.
So I'm level 5.
Yes.
So, yeah, I've got Counter Spell, Bestow Curse, Animate Dead, and Vampiric Touch. I'll grab other helpful ones once I level up again.
Oh yeah, that's right, because I took Cure Mass Wounds. That's right.
Chris, I have no idea who's going to go with you on the training. I assume your brother would probably go with you, except he kind of slinked off.
Well, if one of the Dragonborns, I mean, right now I'm just looking for specimens, so I guess I could see how barbarian, I mean, well-deserved warriors like yourself train. Which one is he typing in? The D20 or the Discord?
Discord.
Here, now I gotta go back and forth.
Yeah, he can't get into Roll20 with it, so he's typing through Discord. So I'm trying to keep Alpha in Discord and say, kind of put him in that way.
Well, I did state it that that was all in character, that he'll follow this barbarian, I mean, well-renowned warrior to see how they train. Got nothing else to do today.
Okay, so Dean, you have at least Marquis, and I saw Kren said he would agree.
Yep.
Scarlet, roll a perception check.
Yes, I might want to drag my token.
Really?
Wow. Or
I know the
perceptive.
drill.
Yeah,
Or
you don't see it coming either.
Do you guys have like a bounty on your head that I don't know about?
Yes,
I know about.
they do.
Yes, they
I
both
know
do.
about. Okay, I know about Scarlet's. I don't know about the other guys.
Yeah, Julius has one.
Julius is.
I did delve into that mine, so I know she has a bounty. I just don't know about anyone else.
Thrain knows about it. Thrain and the other guy.
Vilnol and Dion knew about it. They
Yeah,
spec-
no.
Yeah, I think they specifically told you guys that, well, at least told the two involved that they had bounties, and that if it wasn't for the fact that their bounty, that someone else paid to leave you guys alone, that you'd be taken by them.
See, and that's why I like my Raven. He's constant. Oh, can you shrink that down? I don't know why it got deleted, but could you shrink that for me, DM? I can't. I don't have the ability to.
Yeah, I got it.
No, he's the size of a small mastiff, and he rides on my shoulder.
I don't know why the hell. It's Roll20's been acting real goofy. I can't shrink some of them, so hold on.
They updated and did a bunch of shit earlier today. If you weren't actually on it, they actually kicked people off for I think an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Okay, we're just gonna have to deal with the giant fucking Raven, because every time I try and
That's fine.
Yeah, every time I try and
I'll just move it.
There you go.
I'll just move it and me at the same time. But yeah, with the Raven on my shoulder, it's always using the help action, so if somebody wants to sneak up on me, well, they have a good chance of it, but I have a better chance of seeing them.
Okay, well, Tiberius,
Also,
you are with Kren and Dian on the ship. You guys are going through the book, studying it real close, because you guys don't want to fuck this up. Because basically you find out that too much gunpowder and you'll blow yourselves to Kingdom Come.
Oh, so they're making me read something. What am I reading?
No, Kren has the book. And Dian can read it too. All three of you can actually read it.
So. What are they trying to do?
We're trying to teach the ship to load its own cannons.
It doesn't do that.
We're trying to teach it. I'm saying we'll succeed.
I'm gonna walk up and pat him on the shoulder. Ships don't load their cannons. You have to do that for you. I tried this once, and my ship, it sank, unfortunately.
Ship, please lower the sails.
See,
it does that.
It can do that if it's a magical ship, but load its own cannons a little out of its league.
I told 5 of them to just go home, and they just lowered their sails and went home. It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but that doesn't mean it can load its own ammunition.
Also,
it's teleported the cannons onto itself.
Yeah, it's got limitations,
ship?
Man.
And we can't just call it ship. We have to give you a name. Do you have a name? And I'm very good at charades.
It doesn't.
Yeah, he's the ship. The ship.
Bartholomew. The ship's name is now Bartholomew. Ship,
and if it's
respond only if you are called Bartholomew. Bartholomew, lower the sails.
It does so.
Nope.
Bartholomew, why?
It's
That's
just
because it's probably a female. You have to show it the proper respect. Oh God, we're inside her.
Oh, we're on top of her right now.
No,
thank God.
The cannons are actually on the lower deck. Yeah, it is the
I came into that conversation just a little too late, and all I heard was, "Oh God, we're inside her."
Yes, as a necromancer, this is very disturbing.
You guys try for a little bit. You guys try for a little bit to try and get the cannon, the ship to load the cannon. It for some reason it can't do it. You're not sure why.
While he's doing this, I'm just going to take the cannonball and put it in the cannon. It's not that hard. You cannot be that lazy.
As you guys are reading, you realize you have to load the gunpowder first, and then the cannonball.
Well, no, I was just showing him that you can put the cannonball in the cannon. It's not hard.
Roll a strength check, Tiberius.
Oh, noodly arms, don't fail me now.
Roll the one.
I know, roll a one.
Fail.
All 3. You don't move it.
Hold on, I'm gonna pick it up just right. This is really heavy.
You guys swear you hear something cracking on him.
I don't remember breaking that. I broke that years ago.
Nightingale's awesome.
Right. What scares me is my crow could probably lift it, and that's just horrifying.
As you guys read the book and finally figure out exactly how to load it, this book is very specific about how much gunpowder and everything. It gives you, down to exact amounts of what to put in, how to load it, everything else. You guys take a short time, figure it out. After you realize the ship is not
I'll be
going,
right back.
the ship is not going to load it for you. Unfortunately, you finally get this one cannon loaded with a cannonball, and you're ready to fire it. Someone of the three that are on the ship, roll a d20. I know Dean can't do it. So.
I will.
Sure, why not?
7.
Wow. Wow. Just wow. Well, it fires. Makes a really loud noise, which the book did warn you about. It didn't warn you that it could almost be deafening.
Wait. We wouldn't actually fire it in the thing, because that's against the law.
No, you guys, I assume you guys would move off to do this. Like just
Oh,
offshore,
okay.
far enough away where you're not going to damage any other ships, because you need to practice. So I assume you guys moved far enough away and then basically anchored it.
Thank you for your faith in us.
Yeah, well, specifically in the group chat, that's what was discussed, is taking it offshore and firing a couple rounds just to get the hang of it. We'll say you go through a couple more rounds just practicing firing. You realize it's not very accurate. Like you're picking, random things just out there, on the water that you can see, and you're just trying to fire in that general direction.
Oh, no. I have something much better than that.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
Okay. Yeah, no, you guys are not in port. Yeah, sure, you're just firing in the port. Fuck them.
Okay, so there are 2 Aryans, or whatever those demon ladies are, with like the flaming wings.
Okay.
Illusions of them are our targets.
Incubus?
No, I know
So
what
I
you're
have to
talking
get the door. I'm using a deck of illusions, so basically I just take a random card, throw it out, and it becomes an illusion of flying demon woman.
about. Okay, I gotcha, yeah. Okay.
Or is it a succubus?
No, he's talking about
Oh,
Aaron, yes. They're a bit
So
different.
what happened? I came back to Deck of Illusions.
Kren is using the deck of illusions to make 2 targets for you guys to attack with the cannons. Basically, you guys are trying to practice your aim and see how well it aims. You guys do find out it takes a little work with it, and every time it fires, you have to readjust it. The ship also does not do that. So you have to readjust it and put it back in the porthole and aim it just right. You guys are like centering it up right on it. You use, we'll say, a total of 5 rounds because you want to be conservative about it. Use a total of 5 rounds and realize after the second one that now you understand why these things aren't in wide use. They're great if you can actually hit something, because you can imagine the damage this, massive, giant ball of iron that is flying through the air can do. But yeah, they're not very accurate. Probably takes many years to get to be a pro at using this. You guys can at least fire it, and if any ships come close, you guys know you have a chance now.
Wonder if we could turn this into an airship.
You don't know. And right now you're kind of slowly coming back to consciousness with a blindfold and a gag on, as well as tied up.
I was hoping that gag wasn't me.
Oh,
Oh god.
Don't worry.
what?
Scarlet will be waking up shortly too.
There's so many puns I could make, but I'm not there for it.
Same.
Okay. Well,
Usually you have to pay extra
I'm
for
going to
this.
I'm gonna listen to what's around me.
It sounds like you're still in the town because you can hear the port, you can hear the activity going on inside the city. It is kind of muffled, so you're not sure. You figure you're probably in some kind of basement or somewhere that's, maybe closer to inland than it is closer to the port, but you can still hear just off in the distance, the sound of the waves crashing, the people on the docks yelling, loading and unloading, stuff like that. You can just barely hear it.
So I'm inside a building in the basement.
From what you're gathering,
Or I
from what
assume.
this is what you're assuming. This is your best guess. You do hear some slight moaning and mumbling beside you. As Scarlet, you come to consciousness. Blindfold on, gag in your mouth, and you are bound. Your hands are behind your back bound, and your legs are bound together, as well as your ankles are bound together.
Okay, just making sure. She can move her fingers, correct?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, she's going to move them as much as possible and try to feel if the message ring is still on her fingers.
No, it is not.
Dark nabbit.
I'm not gonna make it that easy.
No.
I'm not gonna make it that easy. Come on.
Okay, well, she's going to start using her nails and trying to pull stuff. I don't know, trying to get her way out, get her hands free.
That would be a strength check, wouldn't it?
Yeah. But you do feel somebody next to you, Scarlet. You feel a person, and you can hear them kind of moaning and, moving around.
I do believe that would be me.
I sure hope so. Well, she can't do much. I want to try to extend it, though.
Ragnar, can you put your thing to push to talk, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was already set for that.
You're good. No worries.
All
We just
right,
hear
I'm
random
going-
sound effects.
Me and Force.
So I'm going to see if I can hear anything that's like resembles anything out of place. Like if I can hear somebody talking about capturing me or whatever.
Roll a perception check. Madison, forehead.
Medicine.
Yeah, I know. Wow. Wow. Rolls going today. This is not going to be a good day for you guys. At least it's not a fail. At least it's not a crit fail, but it's a 6 for your perception. You hear Scarlet next to you. You don't know it's Scarlet, but you hear someone next to you. That's about as much as you hear, and the noise I've already told you.
Well, I guess I'll try to break my binds, hopefully. Or like try to get loose or something.
Strength check. Nice. There we go. That's what we wanted to see.
Finally, there we go.
Yeah.
You don't even know what you rolled. Shut up.
No, I don't know, but I mean, by his reaction, it's good. It's very good.
It
Natural
makes
20.
Ragnar proud. It's like
Yeah.
it's like a little bit of him
Nat
just
20?
rolled onto you.
Yeah, you got a nat 20 on your strength check. You managed to wiggle your arms around enough where you finally free yourself.
I'm gonna move the gag.
Okay. You remove the gag.
And
What about the
so,
blindfold?
I'm waiting on that
and
one.
blindfold.
Okay. As you turn and look, it is Scarlet next to you.
Anybody else around me?
Nope. Looks, now that you are looking better, yeah, it looks like you're in some kind of basement.
I'm going to free her.
Okay. Scarlet, you feel someone grabbing on you, and then you can feel them undoing the binds.
She's going to be panicking a little bit.
Easy, easy. Just oh, I'll say it in a whisper. I was like, easy. It's just me, Julius.
She's going to relax at this and stay still and just wait as he finishes.
Okay, you manage to get Scarlet freed. You take off her, gag and her blindfold. Yeah, you're both in the basement. You are stripped of all your armament and your weapons and your magical items.
So she's naked.
Under your armor, you wear clothes. Believe me, trying to wear plate mail without something underneath it is not good.
Yeah, I've done it.
It's
It's
gonna leave a big rash.
Yeah.
you're never gonna get that rash away for weeks. It sucks.
Scarlet's
Anyway.
going to
So,
start looking around for her stuff.
It's not in the room with you.
I'm going to try. I'm going to listen to if there's anybody nearby. Since we're in the basement, listen upstairs.
Okay, you go to the door, and kind of put your ear against it.
Yeah, that'll work.
Roll another perception check.
Unless I
Wow.
hopefully don't hit a trap.
Wow, Jesus. Well, you're great on your strength checks. Your perception is shit.
Next room is totally empty. It sounds completely safe.
Yeah, sounds great. It's perfect. You don't hear anything.
God. Okay, so. Okay, well,
Take
I'm not gonna.
before you what's the word for it? Move horror movie yourself into difficulties. Remember that you're magic. Think about magic first.
Okay, trying to remember my spells. Madison,
This
read
would
me my
probably be a
spells.
really bad time to remind you can't do shit without a holy symbol.
Ooh, Claire.
Oh, that is. I'm a cleric. Crap.
Do you check for that?
Yeah, sure.
It's gone.
I figured. Crap. Okay. I'm gonna wave, her up here where I'm at.
She's gonna come up there, sneaking.
Okay, roll a
Try to
stealth
get
check,
her to
Scarlet,
slip.
since you specifically said that. Good girl. Okay, caught me at it then. Nice, okay. You think you're pretty quiet.
Okay. I'm gonna
Think.
tell her. I'm gonna pretty much point at the door and like tell her to signal her to like listen, see if she hears anything. Not talking.
Okay, she's going to put her ear against the door. Listen. There we go.
Finally. Some decent rolls, jeez.
Leave it to the rogue.
I know, right? As you're listening in at the door, you do hear what sound like muffled conversation. Someone talking to somebody. We've got them. If you want them, the price is now doubled. It took a little more work. We are not exactly in friendly territory. You hear it was a male voice. You hear a female voice. The price will be what I fucking say it is. If you decide to try and screw me over, what happened to them can easily happen to you. Bring me my prizes. Silence for a
Okay.
moment.
She,
You hear silence for a moment, then you go, very well, milady.
okay, she's going to grab Joyce's hand and like pretty much pull him down the stairs as quietly as possible and try to start hunting for a way out.
Yeah.
Never mind. She finds
I'll
a wall.
Yeah, there's a wall. There's a bunch of walls. And
Man,
a door.
that's awesome. Oh man.
And a ceiling and a floor. Yeah, it's great. It's
I
a
think
fucking
we're in a
room.
house.
It's a room.
There we go.
Okay, well let me see if I can do it. I'll try to look for a way out. Hopefully I'll find something.
Investigation
Oh,
roll,
that's
actually, if
pretty
you're looking for a way out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
The door. That's your only way out. There are no windows down here, nothing.
give up,
The
man.
door is your only way out. Holy shit.
Was it a good roll or bad roll?
You rolled a 20.
Oh. Okay, how about I look for a weapon? I need something.
This room is completely empty. It's just you and Scarlet in the room with, barely any clothing on.
Alright, I'm gonna use her as a battering ram.
You're going to do what?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just gonna pretty much take her and use her as a battering ram to take down the door.
No.
Surprise. I'm just kidding.
You hear a movement near the door.
Okay, I'm gonna hide.
Scarlet
There's really nowhere to hide, but you can try and find some. Both of you roll a stealth check with disadvantage. Because there's really nowhere to hide. No, still not bad.
I was gonna say like hide near the staircase. Like
Oh,
Oh,
I'm just standing in the middle of the room, just waving at the door.
I'm a post. I'm a post.
I'm a tree. I'm a tree. I'm a tree.
Or you could pretend to be tied up in the chair or something like that.
Villanelle,
I don't even think she can manage that.
there's no chair. You guys were tied up on the
I thought
floor.
we were tied up.
You were. You were tied up to.
Never mind.
You were tied up, but you were on the floor. Sorry, I should have been a little more technical.
Oh, I thought we were in chairs. Okay, never mind. Well, how was mine? How was my stealth?
You got a 22.
Yeah, you got a 22, so not bad.
Sweet.
Yeah. So
I got a
Okay, I'm
5.
just gonna stay still, and hopefully they won't spot me.
Villanelle, you do catch an old scent. It is Scarlet's, but it's kind of fading, which means she hasn't been here in a little while.
I'll play dog.
Okay. Everybody else is on the ship. You know,
Yeah.
practicing cannons.
Well, I'm gonna leave them to their... I don't want to say manly things. I don't want to say stupidity either. I don't want to offend them.
They're not.
I'm gonna leave you to your stupidity things. Pick up my coffin, turn around, and oh, don't worry, I'll be back. I'm just going to the morgue.
They are offshore, so unless you plan on swimming the whole way back to shore, you're gonna have to wait.
Well, how far is the swim?
They went about a mile offshore just to be on the safe side.
I'm not a barbarian. Damn it.
And you have a coffin on your back.
And you have a coffin on your back.
Options. I haven't finished collecting all my spells, but I don't...
Do you ask us to go back?
I'm going to turn around. Pardon me. Ignore your stupidity for 5 seconds. I need to get to shore. I have to go to the morgue.
Sure, head to shore, please, then dock yourself. And then we go back to repelling borders.
Oh, I did ask a question to the ship. Did it respond yea or nay?
It doesn't respond at all. It just sits there.
Maybe it's a gender type ship. Maybe it's a woman-female ship, or male-female ship, or a male-man ship. I don't know how this works. Or maybe it's just, it's a dragonborn ship. That could be it too.
Maybe it's a genderless ship.
Villanelle,
My god.
while you're playing, dog, as you put it, you begin to catch her scent. It becomes a bit more strong, which means she's been here more recently, and you continue to try and follow it. It goes into through a bunch of alleyways and stuff, so unfortunately you kind of lose the scent for a minute because the smell alone is nasty. But you finally manage to reacquire it. It takes you a little while. And then you come to a house that's heavily guarded in this area.
I just go to the front door.
Okay. There are 2 people standing at the front door. There are 2 people on a porch that overlooks the city. They're standing there, and then there are another 2 on the roof. All of them, with your best guesstimation, look like fighters.
Any insignia?
Yeah, but you don't recognize it.
Whatever. I'm here for woman. I just go to the door. I don't give a shit.
Okay, they stop you. Can we help you?
Yes, by getting out of my way.
This is not your property. You need to leave.
See, we're at an impasse. It seems my associate, yes, is in that building. And for whatever reason she's in there, I need to speak to her.
You must be mistaken. There's nobody here that doesn't belong here.
I proudly display my flag, if you will, for lack of better terms. I am not mistaken. I am far more than whatever it is this group of ingrates is. I'll only ask once more. Get out of my way.
If you continue on your actions, we will call the guards and have you arrested.
Are they like in front of the door?
Yeah, they're sitting right in front of it.
I grab whoever, pick one, and smash his head into the door to open.
I was gonna say wait till Marquis gets to shore because I'm gonna have a small army behind me, but no, proceed.
I wouldn't know that.
Yeah, roll a
I
dexterity.
know.
Roll a dexterity check. And I'll roll his.
A dex to slam his head in the wall?
You gotta try and
Wouldn't
go
that
and
be a-
you gotta try and grapple him. So I want to see if you're fast enough to be able to get in.
No.
No.
Basically, it's kind of like an initiative check.
Maybe.
Is what it really is.
Maybe it's possible that other guy can also. Nope, he does not suck.
Nope. You go to grab him, and he dodges out of the way. They draw their weapons, and you can hear the crossbows being loaded above you.
I am curious. Why did he go with a dex roll?
Because he was attempting to
That's
grab
what I
him.
said.
Yeah, he was attempting to
Oh,
grab
that
him.
would be athletics.
Would you let
Grapple,
me finish?
technically,
Let
correct.
me finish.
Oh, sorry.
He was attempting to grab him, and it's basically an initiative check is what it was. Dex goes to your initiative, so that's what it was, to see if he's faster than the guy he's trying to grab. If he had succeeded, I would have done. Yeah, if he had succeeded, I would have done the athletics check to then allow him to do
okay, I was gonna say I was
that's what it
I was
was.
reading spells and then I
Yeah,
didn't
got
see I wasn't in the chat and then I came back to the chat. I'm like, why did he roll a dex?
By the way, Chris, the symbol is on the DM NPC picks.
Yeah, well, I'll draw mine and begin swinging because I don't fucking care.
Okay. Make this interesting then. Clicked on the wrong fucking thing. Alright, roll your initiative. Damn it. This is going to call the guards. You do know that, Vilna.
Meh.
Oh,
Just saying. I mean, it's one of the things you know. I mean, yeah, you're definitely positive.
Also, one of the things I know is bounty hunters have their own code.
Correct.
Guards can kiss my ass.
Pretty much. I know. I'm just saying.
It's like a terrible bounty hunter's code. The guards are the ones who pay you,
No, they're not.
or at least your bosses.
Whoever put the bounty out pays me. Doesn't have to be the mayor or whoever.
Let's see how shitty theirs are. Wow, they could have some shitty rolls. Or not.
Doesn't bother me none.
I know. I just gotta get these rolls out of the way.
There will be blood everywhere.
I do have a quick question. Vanel, you're one of the Dragonborn, right?
Correct.
Yep.
That's
The
what I
white.
remember. You're the white one. All right.
And my archers.
Oh, and I will commend you. I do like the whole white-black thing. I love it.
That was both me and other Chris. But yeah, thank you. We try.
Oh, that's amazing. They all have the exact
Vilnal
same
and
decks.
Diane actually means dusk and dawn too.
what'd you say it was?
Our names, the Dragonborns, means dusk and dawn. I am
Really?
dusk, he is dawn. It's always darkest before the dawn, so he's black. And the last thing anybody sees is a white light. Dusk.
Okay.
Hmm.
The gentleman in front of you, he's going to make... Oh, I was looking at the wrong one. He's going to... Where is it? Here it is. He's going to
Aye,
make 2
yes.
attacks against you,
Okay.
since he did beat your initiative. He's swinging
Oh,
with the...
since they're hostile, real quick, since it's just free, go ahead and make that wisdom save for me.
Oh, shit, yeah, okay.
Oh, real quick.
13 wisdom.
The ship doesn't have to take me into shore. I forgot. I've got a spell for that. So you can keep with your cannonballs.
He succeeds.
No, it's fine.
Okay, everybody within 30 feet.
Oh, god damn it.
Wait, wisdom save or what?
Not you, don't worry about it. You guys are out of his
None of your
range.
damn business.
You guys are out of his range.
Do me again.
You're far enough away. That's... Your one actual helpful thing is you're far enough away. Oh, they might
Yeah,
actually...
but what is it?
Don't worry about it.
Out
You'll
of
find out.
character, he has a magical Furor thing. I don't know more than that.
It's not really magical. It's well, I guess
Is it
per
dragon
se
fear?
it's magical. No, I'm not technically not a dragon.
Oh.
The original fighter succeeds. One fighter and one archer succeed. The other fighter and the other archer don't. So the first one and the last one succeed. The 2 in the middle do not.
2 in the middle are 4 rounds.
Quick question. How fast is the ship, honestly?
You've never pushed it to its max, since it's going on a leisurely cruise in a sense. It'll probably take you... you guys are about a mile out. Take you about an hour or 2 to get back.
All right. Well, I'm going to say that. So if it's going at leisurely, I'm guessing less than or more than 30.
Right about at 30. It's going a leisurely pace. Yeah.
Then there goes that spell.
Okay. So the 2 in the middle are screwed for 4 rounds. Gotcha. The first attack was an 18, which fucking just hits. Yeah.
Barely.
And I'll do the next attack, which does not hit. Okay. Well, he sucks. And he's got... a whole 13 points of damage.
Okay.
Other than that, it is now your turn.
The one who hit me is getting eviscerated.
Okay.
I got 2 weapon fighting, so it's going to be 4 attacks.
Okay.
By the way, I got a question. Do Dragonborns get breath weapons later? Like, when they level?
We have them already.
Yeah, they get him a level 1.
Really?
The first 3 attacks hit. The last one does not.
That's why I built a Dragonborn Sorcerer with Dragon Resilience. Oof.
Well, actually, the first one is cold, second one is acid, third one's cold.
21, 38. That kills him.
Alright. And what I'll do is I'll lob his head off and have it roll around.
Okay.
Think of like a soccer ball.
And as a movement, can I jump? Is that considered an action, or can that be a movement? I'm gonna try to go after the archers on the roof.
Yeah, I believe it's just your regular. I think jump is just... There should be something
Athletics.
about it. Yeah, athletics. Oh yeah, you make it.
I'll get up there and stand. Fuck it, in between them, and I'll end my turn.
Okay. One is terrified of you. The fighter has no chance because he's terrified and he can't get up there. So the last archer, who is a little freaked out by your whole jumping thing, but is, bound and determined to kill you. Or try. You're close enough, unfortunately. He has to use his short sword.
Poor him.
Yeah, no. And he gets 2 attacks. Wow. Fucking wow. Oh, well, he made up for it.
I'm not seeing any rolls. Am I supposed to?
My connection apparently kicked the bucket for a second. It was
Yeah,
a 6.
because I'm not seeing it.
Was a 6 and a natural 20 with a +4, but give it a second, it should kick back in. There we go. You see it now?
Okay. Yep.
Okay, yeah, it was, for some reason, roll 20 was fucking with me. Let's see. Since it is a natural 20, which is a crit, I'm gonna do all the damage at once to make it fucking easier on both of us. 11 points. Wow. Fucking shitty. And that ends his turn. It's now your turn again.
He's getting eviscerated.
Roll
Or not.
just 2.
There's 4.
I
So I probably only hit with 2.
I don't see any at all. So it must be on my end.
12, 28, 29, and 15.
All
And the
three.
29 is actually a critical.
All three
I just
hit.
don't have it in there.
All 3 hit if you just want to do the damage and tell me how much it is. Because for some reason on my end, roll 20 is not working. So I may have to refresh.
Around 60, 70.
That takes them out, yeah. Give me 1 second.
Actually, 60.
Yeah, give me 1 sec to refresh, roll 20, and see if that fixes whatever fucking issue's going on.
$74 total.
Okay, yeah, so you know. Alright, so. That archer's dead.
Oh, and I actually don't know anything about the magical one he gave me, so I'm not even adding the damage for that.
Okay, that's fine.
You'll have to get me on that.
There's still 3 more fucking rounds that they're terrified of you. So, it's your go again.
Well, I kill the archer next.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Jesus. Yeah, that kills him.
Here, I'll just roll those 2.
Yeah.
And then I'll jump down to the last one. And just smile at him. Let me in.
Roll an intimidation check. Not that you really need it, but just to add for fun.
Advantage? No advantage?
Advantage. Yeah, you definitely have advantage with him right now.
22.
He shakingly grabs keys from his belt and opens the door.
Now when the guards get here, you'll tell them that these men attacked me, or I will go after your family as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I will find you. Don't fuck this up. And I'll barge in.
Okay. By the way, to answer your question from earlier, Scarlet, I did see it, but we got kind of involved. You do hear him. You do hear Vilnal outside.
And she's 100% certain that it is him.
Oh yeah, his voice is hard to mistake. And then
Okay,
the brief sound of battle you heard also gives you that indication too.
Yeah, she's going to scream out Villanelle.
Okay.
Oh, that I'm not just pushing on the door, I'm charging him. Shoulder down. Like I'm playing hockey.
The rest of the building is empty. As you get to... You, using common sense, you're like, oh, they probably put him in the basement, because that's where they put everybody for some fucking reason. As you get to the basement door, it's locked.
I kick it down.
Strength check. Yeah, you kick it down. Julius and Scarlet, as you're standing there, you can see the door just come flying off the hinges and fall over.
Sweep to the seal. And I'll jump and like cover my head.
Find your
Scarlet's
things.
gonna move.
We must leave out the back.
I look up at him. Ah, a grand entrance. You about scared the pants off of me.
The effective dragons, my lord.
You're wearing pants? Well, this is the wrong kind of party. I'm glad I wasn't invited.
And I will pretty much go up the stairs
Julius and Scarlet, roll a quick investigation for me. One of you, and just do it with
I will.
advantage.
I will help them. Yeah.
Yeah, so do it with advantage. Just one of you. I don't care who it is. Okay. Takes you a minute or two. You find out in the upstairs room in the corner is where they put your stuff.
She takes
I
it.
go and get my things.
You also, Villanol, since you're following them, roll an intelligence check for me. Since they're busy, just focus on that.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Hey, not so bad.
There's more than what you counted outside. At least there's more beds in here than what you counted outside.
Well, I don't give a shit. My weapon's out. Let 'em come.
I'm just saying. That's what dawns on you since they're worried about their weapons. You're like looking around, paying attention. You noticed this specifically that there was enough beds for at least 10 other people.
What is this building lit by?
Right now it's using the sun and a couple of torches. Sorry, not torches. Oil lamps.
Well, as soon as you guys get your stuff and go outside, I'm burning this bitch to the ground.
Let me help you. And I'll
No, you're a king. Mustn't have any blood on your hands, my liege. Please, exit.
There's
I
no blood on my
insist.
hands. We're burning a house down.
I grab him by the scruff and drag him outside.
As you get outside, there are dwarven guards standing there with pikes pointed at you. They just got there, so they don't know what's going on. The gentleman, your fighter gentleman, right up. No, misunderstanding. These other men attacked this gentleman, and he was merely defending himself. They look kind of suspicious. Let me see if I can roll this deception.
I'll help him in his deception. That's why I left him alive.
Oh, pretty good roll. Let's see if he does better. Nope. Okay. It's enough. They seem to believe it, and they, bring their pikes back up. We heard there was commotion here. Someone's going to have to. This is going to have to be investigated. They look right at you, Villanelle. Don't go too far.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of it. I actually forgot something in there. I'll be right back. I'll see you guys on the Malevolent.
Would you like me to wait for you, my friend?
No. Please, this is my affair. Wouldn't want to tussle you two in it. Besides, these men and their toothpicks are quite intimidating. Be on your way.
Yeah, well, just don't get yourself killed, my friend. We'll be waiting for you.
Okay.
Scarlet starts walking off.
And I will follow.
Alright, you guys get back to the dock area. The ship is just now coming back.
Can I go? Well, I'm gonna get the oil and put one fire out and drizzle the oil outside. I'm gonna try to jump on top of the roof where the two bodies are, out of sight if I can. Can I roll a stealth for that?
Sure. Not bad. Okay.
And I'm gonna put a torch in one of the dead archer's hands, and light the torch, and have him with his hand light the oil, and I'll jump back down and head off.
Okay.
Where the oil started is where I'm leaving the other two lamps, so that it.
Okay. Julius and Scarlet, as you were walking, you hear a loud.
She's gonna kind of jump and then smile.
I look back and say, ah, well, glad we wasn't there.
She nods, and yeah, that would have probably killed us.
Well, yes, of course, it probably would.
I run out to the front and point up top. Archer up there lit the building on fire. Quick, call the firemen.
Okay. The guards immediately start to get into action, and, they deal with that. They're distracted enough where you could just sneak away and they won't notice.
I look at the last remaining fighter. Go home, and if you value your life, don't say anything.
He just kind of nods frantically and runs off.
I mumble to myself as I make my way back to the ship. Well, can't say I wasn't compassionate. I tried it once.
Alright, as you guys all get back, the ship finally pulls into port. You guys now all are face to face with each other.
Hey, how was your day? We had fun. We fired cannons. You guys look a little meh. What's going on?
Scarlett's gonna look.
Oh, go ahead. You can say.
Scarlett's gonna look at him. We got kidnapped and Ben killed a bunch of people, but it was for good, I guess.
Well, who kidnapped you?
I don't know. We don't know. But regardless, they're no longer here anymore, and
Alright, I'm back.
Vilnal took care of that problem. But needless to say, I don't think we'll be dealing with them quite some time. Whoever
Yes, Diane. Yeah. What you see there was a minor misunderstanding with the city guard and a couple miscreants that had our colleagues in tow, who I promised to protect for the sum of 3 million gold.
They're not paying you 3 million gold, are they? I thought they were just your organization was given 3 million gold to not arrest them.
They get a portion of it.
Call it sugaring the deal, as it were.
Yeah. They'll get a portion of it. That's the way their clan is set up. That they divide the money amongst the clan to better all of the clan rather than just certain people. Keeps people from being too, get too powerful in that. It keeps them all at decent levels.
Now, my halfling little friend, do you believe me that I am not here to remove your head from your shoulders?
Well, I never thought you were particularly here for that. I was just annoyed in general about your very quick decision to say, oh, do you know this to take care of them?
Much like your apparent fealty to the throne, my allegiance is singular. What Mandalore says goes. Period.
Malachi.
Malachi. Fuck. Got it right.
It's okay, I knew it was going to happen. I don't need somebody coming after my ass on my Twitch channel.
My fault. My fault.
All good.
Brother, I did not pay attention to their symbols. They stopped me. They were in my way, and you know how that goes. I'm sure you can still find one of the heads rolling around. Maybe free of burns, maybe not, if you wish to look at them.
No, Sully, you wouldn't have seen their symbol. Because you guys were just on the way out. You guys weren't really paying attention to anything. You just wanted to get the fuck out of that building.
Surely, yes.
Yes.
I do know.
I was correcting Will.
They had a lot of beds. There was only 4, I wouldn't call them gods, that was pathetic. 4 bodies at the building. Do I recall the color of armor at least?
They were all wearing black.
They were all wearing black armor. Probably some half-assed wannabe bounty hunter gang, considering it was these 2.
Phil, no, roll an intelligence check real quick.
I probably need a better disguise. That's
wow.
Attire that seems to.
Oh wow, that never happened.
Okay.
Everything.
Yeah, you actually remember the symbol perfectly. Even though you didn't really care, you do remember the symbol.
Ah, wait, I remember. It was some kind of sun with some kind of turkey choking on something.
Turkey?
Turkey.
Choking on something.
I'm sorry, but out of character, but the only thing I can think of is fucking Ragnar. I'm like, I didn't know he was a god.
our fanboy club logo. We have fans.
For those who are very confused watching the Twitch channel, unfortunately Dan cannot be voice tonight, so he is typing everything in Discord. Sorry I haven't been saying everything he says, but honestly some of the stuff is just random chatter. We're trying to respond to what he's saying so you can get the general idea of what he's asking.
If you would like, I can tell what he's typing.
Nah, it's extra
To
work.
help with
No
the
need.
Twitch channel.
They'll figure it out. I assume the people, who watch D&D streams can figure these out.
Oh. Well. They done fucked up. And they had her. So the most gentlemanly thing to do was, of course, kick down their door, remove a few heads, and save the king and his gorgeous associate.
Scarlet's
Don't
gonna
lie, you
smile.
Julius will point at him and say, "Don't lie, you mostly went there to save the girl," jokingly.
Oh, you're totally right. I could care less if you live or die. But she saved your life.
Indeed. I don't think you would have came otherwise. But no hard feelings.
No. We were paid. I was still king for your carcass. Don't you worry. I'll pat King on the head.
All this madness makes me hungry.
Well, we knew that already, Diane. If we're not going after them, plenty of ragtag groups will probably go after however much they were worth. But none of that matters anymore.
Never mind.
Did our ship finally make sail?
Yeah, you guys are finally at
Well,
the
you're
port.
back. You're here.
Oh, okay. I was. Meanwhile, out at sea.
No. You guys are finally back at port.
I can just see now we're just going to be out there. I better not miss a fucking thing.
Yeah, that's why he's talking to Dean, is because that's what happened.
You will see a fire in the distance.
Well, it is good to see that you are safe, Scarlet. And who are you again? They said he's a king.
Julius Goldblade, friend.
Ah, right. I shall never forget your name. I'm going to call you Snowman. Off to the morgue.
Snowman. Am I that white bearded?
Yes, you are, Squirrel.
Madison said that her internet died. Let me see. And she will be back in about 10 minutes. That her internet died.
But yes,
Okay.
I'm going to go to the nearest morgue. I have things I need to accomplish.
I will stay on the ship.
Okay.
As
Oh,
will I. The gods will no doubt be looking.
I do need an assistant. Oh, child, where is that child? The child that plays the instruments.
Gesture.
You don't
Yes.
see him. Nothing
Where-
sees him.
Where's
Holy shit,
your
no.
child?
Nothing sees me. I am invisible without using magic.
He's gone to another plane. Holy shit.
Did he really?
Natural 20.
I just rolled double natural 20s because I have advantage on stealth, so you know.
Yeah.
I love that. As soon as like I need assistant, an assistant, child. Whoa, let you go.
Yeah, for some reason the little Julius, your jester's, you can't see him. seem to have just disappeared.
Well, uh, if we stick together long enough, would you like to accompany me to a tea party?
Tea. Well, I haven't had tea in quite some time. We'll probably take it seriously. Of course, of course.
Right, let the chaos commence. Onward to the morgue.
There's a
To the
sigh coming from nowhere, and I start following you guys.
I put two and two together. I'm like, they're stuck together like a glue. Well, I'll take Julius then.
Well, he was out of my sight for like 5 hours, and he got kidnapped. So yeah.
God
He
damn
is
it.
not
Well,
protected.
right, but yeah, we're going to the morgue.
I'll call out after him. You'll have a couple fresh bodies there.
Wonderful.
Hopefully.
And I'll begin to wash my blood off my face and shit.
Okay.
And wait for the guards, because we are men of honor.
It takes a while. They're mainly worried about the fire that they're putting out and stuff like that. So you have a feeling it's going to be a little bit before they get to you.
I just stick my sword staff in the dock right where the stairs meet the ship, if you will.
Okay.
And lean against the railing.
Dean, what do you
is
do?
Ragnar's race, by the way?
You mean Tiberius's?
Oh, excuse me, Tiberius. Sorry.
Oh, somebody talking to Tiberius.
He wants to know what your race is out of character.
Oh, well, he hasn't actually told anybody.
And nobody can tell because he wears a mask.
Where I'm asking, I'm constantly altering my appearance, so it's a little dependent. Out of character, he's a high elf.
Oh.
That's why he's so fucking tall.
Okay.
And assholey.
No, I'm only partially douchery. Partially.
Scarlett's going to remain on the boat. We'll just say she's remained on the boat for safety reasons. Julius goes with Tiberius, and little Jester has disappeared from sight. So the most they can assume, because they heard a sigh, is that the Jester's following. So it's just Villanelle standing right where the boat is docked, basically right where the gangplank is, just standing there waiting, and you're kind of hanging out with them right now at this point.
I just remembered I was going to fuck with one of the dragons and go by myself to do that fuckery, but I have somebody tagging along. I'll do that in the next turn.
As you guys are going to the morgue to pick up body parts, I assume.
You would assume half correctly.
We'll go to them. Actually, we'll go to you guys real quick because the other part is more important. Alright, you go to the morgue. There are a few bodies. Villanelle was correct. There are some new ones.
Well,
I see no key.
Oh, well, you'll have to give that a minute. Mortician, where's the mortician?
I'm hiding on the roof of the building, and every 5 minutes I'm saying, "Are you with the message ring we have? Have you been captured? Have you been captured?"
That's hilarious. Tiberius,
Was I captured?
Yeah, he keeps asking.
I'm saying this to Julius. Yes.
No, I'm with Tiberius. Apparently at a tea party.
Yes, I am above you on the roof of that building.
But male, female, what am I dealing with?
A male mortician.
Can
I help you, sir?
Dwarf.
Dwarf.
Oh, dwarf mortician, isn't this macabre? I would like to, procure a couple of corpses would be the direct term of phrase. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I would like to also, we're going to have a tea party, and I brought my own supplies as I pat the coffin. Anything for you, Julius?
This is an odd place to have tea.
I'm sorry, sir.
Oh,
We
come
I'm
off of it.
I'm sorry, sir. We don't give bodies away, nor do we allow tea parties in here.
Ah,
Does this look like a just a normal average day dwarf?
Yeah. I'm not gonna do the accent because I'll fuck it up. So. Picture a very Scottish accent because that's what I think of every time I think of dwarves.
Great, so I'm gonna have a conversation with myself.
Pretty much.
Oh, anyways, I'm going to cast this at a third level, and then I'm going to... what's it do at
I'll
third
give
level?
him.
Oh, no, it just targets additional creatures, so ignore that. It's going to be cast at level 1. And I'm using my ring, so he has disadvantage.
I'm giving him guidance.
Oh, he doesn't have to. He has disadvantage.
13.
Well, still.
Well, it's a 15. Don't you remember me? It's me, Tiberius, your best friend. You remember that favor you owe me?
Oh yes, I do remember. I'm sorry. It's been a long day, and apparently there was some strange activity within the city. Very unusual. Very unusual.
Yes. Well, I'm going to try to cash it in. I'm trying to find a way to deal with a necromancer. Believe it or not, those nasty beings are around here. And he's trying to target particular corpses. So I want to study and find out what he's actually planning. And I only need 4.
He thinks for a second. Aside from the fresh ones, which are still under guard investigation, I have 2 bodies that I can give you. The others are all already being claimed, and the families are picking them up today.
Well, I would need ones that aren't being picked up, that have been recently buried. I mean, well, it doesn't have to be recent. They just apparently have to have a mouth, or, their head. Do you know a history of them? I'm looking for people who are just, not wicked.
He sits and thinks for a second.
That people wouldn't care if they went missing. Those type of people.
Am I seriously witnessing this right now?
Yes.
Yes, you are, and it looks like we are literally best of friends.
Yeah, he's fully agreeing with everything. He's actually seriously trying to think of fresh graves that he can bring up.
Well, it doesn't have to be fresh. I mean, I just need a corpse. It's because I'm going to use speak undead, or speak to the dead to talk to the souls of the thing, make sure they're actually just and whatnot, and then use animate dead to bring them. Boop.
So you're going out of your way to find good people to turn into zombies?
Well,
know,
no,
right?
I'm a chaotic neutral, yes, but I do like asking people's permission for things. I'm not going to just stick people's souls back into their bodies without their permission. That's rude.
Dean, you're going to have to be a little more specific about what you sent me, or resend it to me, because I'm confused.
But yes, anywhere between 2 to 4. 1 would be fine, but 2 to 4, and I can eventually find more just people to examine and make sure they have not been corrupted by the taint of necromancy.
I have 2 here that both died of natural causes. One, I believe, his heart gave out, and the other one slipped, fell, and landed at an awkward angle that killed them. If I recall correctly from the 2 that I can give you, both of them were honest, upright citizens, so I see they would probably be your best bets.
And no family to pick them up. Did he not hear me? Oh, I asked if there was, and he also was wondering, make sure that family members weren't coming to pick them up. That was another
No.
stipulation.
Yeah, unfortunately, neither one has any family members to
Well,
call on.
two's a good start. Well, as long as we stop these damned necromancers before they get too bad.
Yes, we can't have bodies rising from the grave.
No, no, that would be horrible. And then I'll pay him for his services because his information was well received. And then I will go over to the corpses after I pay him. I will give him information plus the weight of dead meat. I'll give him 40 gold, plus another 5 for the information, since we're friends and all.
Okay. Okay.
And then I'll tell him that do not worry. I'm sure you can finish up your work in the morning. As you should just go home for the day. I will lock up.
Of course. I trust you. I know you will. And he leaves.
And as after he leaves, gonna look right at Lucius. You can't really tell that he's smiling, but you have the sense that he is. And now we start the tea party.
Okay.
And he'll put his coffin down, flip it open, start putting out little kettles, light the kettle with his magic, put out little teacups. As he's sitting next to the bodies, he's also going to use speak with the dead on them to communicate with them.
Okay.
Are we actually having a tea party with dead bodies and communicating with the dead?
You don't?
The only person I'm going to be hearing is you, I think.
Yes.
Is that how it works?
Yes, the only person who will hear the response is the person who casts the spell. Yeah, I had to clear that up.
Oh my god.
So
See,
basically,
the main reason
what you're gonna see is him talking to the dead body and nothing happening.
well, the main reason I did this is because I grew up, well, not grew up, but I'm an avid fan of NCIS and the whole Ducky talking to the corpses thing. That's just, every time I say that, I'm like, yes. So that's the main reason. As soon as I saw speak with dead, I'm like, oh, here we go. I'm turning into Ducky, who is now ex-Frankenstein. Yes.
Awesome. Okay. All right. You get to ask it 5 questions. Yeah, up to 5 questions.
Yep. I'm only going to need 3 questions per person. So, first question is, can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me? I love that.
Second question.
Can you hear me now?
What was your life like before you, and this is to the one who just died of old age, before you succumbed to age, as it were?
Well, I was a cobbler. I fixed broken shoes. I lived a decent life. You know, I had my work. I had my family. Yeah, that's what I did in life.
I'm going to have to up it to 4. Where is your family?
Most of them have moved away, and from what I heard, my only 2 sons died in a war that happened. Well, I can't say a war, a skirmish that happened several years ago.
And this person's been alive for a while. He looks like he's elderly, sort of.
This particular one, a dwarf, he's probably quite a bit old. I mean, he's got a long gray beard, you know, gray hair. Definitely looks like he's been around a long time.
Okay, well, before I get to my last question, my second to last question, Sir Dwarf, what would you consider returning to this world? And I know the word zombie is so overly thrown, but to assist me in attempting to make the world a better place.
Give me 1 second.
It would be him. He the only thing he wouldn't be able to do is talk, but I could be able to, communicate with him and whatnot. He just, he'd be able to see and all that. Whereas instead of just forcing a soul into the body and you got an undead who you don't know that's why you speak with the dead, so I get to know the person.
Okay.
And if you don't, sir, if you could point me in the right direction of a noble warrior that wouldn't mind snuffing out the injustice of this world.
Well, I've always wanted to do right by the world. I always felt that I could do more than being just a cobbler. So I'll agree.
There's one. All right. All right. So fifth and final question. Name and how would you like to serve the world?
I so hate you.
The name's not really important. It's just a conversation piece.
Yeah, well, he gives you his name because I can't think right now. He gives
Okay, then just later on in the week, then if you want to come up with some, or I can come up with some random dwarf name.
that works. The other body, as you get to it, is a human female. She looks to be mid-30s. She was probably, you know, for female, for a human wise, she was probably a beautiful woman at one point. Um, but the fact that, you know, I mean, they've since fixed it, but the fact you can see, where her neck was broken.
Thinking, hold on.
No problem.
If you want, go to somebody else. I've got to think about this one.
Okay.
I'm just sitting here
Because
all awkward, sipping on my tea.
Yeah.
because I've got
Real awkward.
my flesh. I've got my flesh golem. I got to think about. So I mean, I'm weighing the options for this one.
Okay. Uh, let's see. Nothing happened at the boat for a while. It takes several hours, Villanol, before the guards arrive. Ask you a few questions about what happened. Basically, the gentleman, the captain of the guard, walks up. All right, we've gotten various eyewitness reports, and I want to hear it from you. What happened?
Well, sir, I was following the trail of my lady here when it took me to this abode, of which I have no affiliation with. I asked the guards on the outside if I could come in and see her. They declined. And one rose their hand to me and started swinging a sword, so I defended myself. And I guess in an effort to destroy evidence, they lit their own establishment on fire, weirdly enough.
Roll a deception check. Because you are outright lying to them.
But there was proof. Did I get an advantage?
Not in this case, because he's not buying your story. Because, like I said, he already talked to witnesses. Okay, that's enough. He's a captain, but he seems more concerned with just getting this done and over with than anything else, so.
And besides that, I'll add, they were holding captive my lady here and another, which the enclave of Malachi has sworn to protect. And I'm sure you know when we take a contract, we mean to keep it, sir. I'll say with disdain.
You're not. You said they held your friends captive?
Aye, they did.
Kinda...
Without their consent, obviously. You'll see the knot, and I'll point to Scarlet.
She's gonna kind of wave awkwardly, like, okay.
Show them your head.
Ma'am, can you please step down so I can see the back of your head?
She does as she's told.
He looks. Nods. Very well. Then as far as I'm concerned, this case has been handled and all parties are been dealt with accordingly. They, as far as I'm concerned, most bounty hunters, and he kind of looks at you a little funny there, Villanov, but you have a feeling he's not referring to your clan. Most bounty hunters should know better than to do things like that without asking the permission of the guard first.
Agreed. Working against one another only makes contracts flee and also make this a no-go area for more money. The Neanderthals that took this contract hopefully will be barred from serving in this city any longer, preventing any further accidents.
Can you give me a description of the symbol they were wearing that would signify their group? I assume you give a quick description of what it looks like.
Yes, it is a black and white sun, with some kind of looks like a choking bird in the middle.
Love that description. He looks at you curiously, but tries it. You notice he keeps drawing after you stop, and he turns it around and shows you a perfect replica of the symbol you saw. That symbol.
Yes, that one, the Order of the Choking Chicken.
He kind of chuckles. We've seen the symbol around. We wondered what it was about. Now we know. I'll have the guards be on the lookout for any more of their associates, and they will be escorted out of town and off the continent. Thank you for your time, sir. Lady. He turns around and walks away.
Scarlett's gonna sigh and just rub her head.
I'm sorry, my lady. I was away and I shouldn't have been. Is there anything I can do?
She shook her head no. No, I've had worse, but there's nothing you can do.
Please, go get your rest. I will keep watch.
She nods and does so.
I do have a quick question for the DM. I know I'm going to be burning the remainder of my gold, but is there any way that I would have to go back to the dwarf necromancer? I'm sure there is, because I'm trained it because he wants to make them as dignified as possible. He doesn't want just people walking around with pieces of their selves falling off. He wants to know if there's any way, because he can lock this place up and then come back. If there would be a way to get an item or a spell of most likely an item, because I can't find a spell. The closest spells that I can think of are like level 7 and up.
Mm-hmm.
That would bring a person back to life, but that's not what he wants to do. He wants to find a way to increase the intelligence of a being, because the zombies, the reason they can't talk is because their fucking intelligence took a dive. So he wants to find a way to basically make it so they can talk, either telepathically or some sort of. I figure a
zombies have no intelligence in five?
They have intelligence and they know their languages, but for some reason they can't speak, and that's because the people assume because their mouths don't move and they just make moaning sounds. So in theory, you could make a zombie talk because they know the language.
What is their actual intelligence number?
Hold on.
3.
Wouldn't that be in magic?
For a standard zombie, the intelligence is a 3. Their intelligence modifier is a -4.
Yeah, that's why if you jump it up to 6, which is how you read and write and talk, 6. That's it. So that's why I'm looking for some sort of item, and I'm hoping that this dwarf necromancer would have an answer where I can possibly go, because I love the idea of zombies, but the idea of I want them to be able to do better in the world and to complete their goals, but they can't really do that if they can't really tell me what the goals
are. He tells
I'm a very odd necromancer, alright? I'll admit this.
Yeah. He tells you he would actually have to look into that. He's never heard of anything like that. He says most of our kind tends not to care about whether or not they can do anything other than be zombies for a cause. So I'll have to research that. I believe I recall something in history of a necromancer who was able to return some intelligence to the body. So I'll have to look it up.
There are magic items that give people intelligences up to 19, and they're uncommon. Do you think that would work? Because it does increase a creature's, it doesn't say living or undead, can't be affected by it, to 19. Now, if I spend the money for that until I can actually find a spell, would that work, do you think?
I would say since it specifically says creature and zombies are officially creatures of some kind, whether no matter what their other rating other things say. I would say that would work. It would just be interesting.
Well, you know what's even more interesting? They'd be smarter than me.
Makes it all the more interesting.
So yes, let's see. If I just do these two zombies for the dwarf and the woman, I still have to communicate with the woman. Oh god, I left Lucius. I'll be back in a minute, Lucius. Okay, so that would be 5,000. So that's 10. Oh yeah, that's gonna really knock me down to fucking. All right, I think it's 5,000.
I don't think you added the 35,000 we got when we completed the first mission.
Let me look.
Yeah.
It was 37,500 if I
Everybody-
recall.
37,500. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Because you.
Oh, I still have 150 platinum pieces and 85 gold, so I should be good.
No,
Yeah, but you should definitely have the 37,500.
God.
Also, it would require a little GM fat because it does say animal or plant, but it also says plant. So I'm like, maybe you can awaken a zombie.
Oh no. That's not what I'm looking for. That's no. You'll see it when I get it. It's an uncommon item that's not expensive, not cheap. But I'm sure that our fair elf maiden who had that Riley night with our dragonborn friend has a couple of those. I mean, they're cheap to make, so well, they're expensive to make, cheap to buy. So yeah, that'll be my plan. I will then go back to the morgue and communicate with the second soul.
Okay.
Same questions.
Okay. She was a maiden to the lord, to one of the lords of the town. She, took care of the young children, helped raise them, so on and so forth. She, also helped with their education and whatnot. She was basically like a live-in nanny, from the way she's describing it. And yeah, that's what she did in life. Her life was cut short because she went to go down the stairs, and one of the little kids, being little kids, left their fucking toys around, and she slipped on it, and down the stairs she went. Unfortunately, in dwarven houses, stairs made of stone. She didn't survive.
This is great. She died in a dwarf house. Our dwarf stairs that were made by dwarfs, and I'm resurrecting a dwarf as well. This is going to be great. I can see this conversation. Well, I'm gonna ask her if she doesn't have to be a battle maiden or anything. I could just use help around with the horses and stuff like that. Then that would help me spare my time to do my spells. If she would like to help better the world. And yes, I understand I'm a weird necromancer, and every other necromancer I'm going to be meeting, it's going to be like, why are you doing this for your zombies? Because I'm chaotic neutral. I could stab you in the back or give you a medicine check. And I'm not hearing anybody.
Sorry, I was
Oi.
typing real quick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What'd you say? Sorry. I was focused on what I was being asked.
Alright, but yeah, I'm going to ask her if she wants to help better the world. She doesn't have to be a battle maiden or anything like that. I'm assuming the dwarf wants to become something besides a cobbler, but if she wants to, I can bring her back, and she will have resemblance of her intelligence, and will try to complete her life goals. And I know this is I love this idea, helping zombies complete their life goals since their life was cut short. That just makes me happy.
She seems very awkward about it, but she eventually agrees, wanting to finish something she she had started before she died.
Okay. Let's see. If I put them in my coffin, I'd have to move my tea set, wouldn't I? I guess it would be easier just to raise and mend their bodies here. The old dwarf just died of a heart attack. I just have to fix her neck. If you want to go to the others, I'm going to look up the item so I know how much I'm spending on this, and I will figure out what I can do with this.
Okay. Vilnol and Dean, after the guards leave, you have a feeling nothing else is going to happen. You're basically just waiting on Tiberius, Kren, and Julius to reappear.
I'm standing guard at the boat while Scarlet rests, and that's about it, really. Waiting for Kane.
Scarlet, who do you follow?
Gia, I don't remember how to pronounce it. Gia.
Giat? Okay. Interesting.
She follows who?
Giat.
I'll send it to you.
Who is that?
I just said I'll send it to you.
God of hope, luck, opportunity, wealth, pleasure, fortune, prosperity, and fame, specifically.
Oh.
I thought it fit her. So.
Interesting.
Hmm.
While you're sleeping, you're in this beautiful clearing. It's a nice day. The breeze blowing in your hair. You can smell the scents of the plains. You can smell the fresh flowers that are growing. But off in the distance, you see a darkness seem to coming towards you. Originally, it just looked like a cloud, but you notice as it approaches and starts to get within view, everything under this cloud-like thing also blackens.
She's going to kind of back away.
As you kind of, while you're in your sleep backing away, it continues to progress, and you hear a voice in your head. You and your companions must stop the darkness before it overcomes us all.
She's gonna look around, but say okay, kind of scared away and panicking.
It quickly shifts to a picture of a massive temple. You can see dark greenish black energy seem to be pulsing from all around this temple. You see it's out in the middle of a big open area. And you can see people just walking to it. They seem to be in some kind of trance, from what you can tell. They just walk right in. Standing guard, you see wicked stone-like creatures with big wings and vicious faces. Character gargoyles. You can see them as the people walk by. You can just see one of them crack the whip because apparently they're not moving fast enough, and the people just move a little quicker.
She's going to look around. None of them seem to look at her, do they?
Nope. They don't even seem to notice you're there.
Are they dragging their feet?
They're walking normally, but they're walking slowly. They're not dragging their feet per se, but they seem to not be moving at a quick pace. They're just standard walking. Then you hear a dark, deep voice. Yes, please come. I want more subjects. Please come into my parlor. Let's see if your precious god can protect you here.
She's going to growl and just say, I know he can.
Then come in. I'll leave the door open. And then the dream ends, and you just wake up, you're like, whoa, fuck.
What did I just do? Yeah, she's going to stay quiet and just kind of think about everything that just happened, and what the darkness can be and stuff.
Cricket.
Sorry, I'm responding to someone. Doesn't always have to be talking to the DM, okay?
Okay.
Have you been kidnapped yet?
I have been. DM kidnapped me.
Julius?
I I'm sitting here at this tea party with 2 dead corpses and a guy talking to said corpses.
I'd like to
I have
point
never
out
felt so. I have never felt so out of place in my life.
this was your decision.
Well, I thought I was going to a tea party. I'm talking a bunch of people having a good time, singing, dancing, and all that stuff. But here I am sitting in the morgue.
He
sipping on
was
tea.
pretty upfront about the whole morgue thing, though.
I thought he was kidding.
Me, kid? Never.
Okay.
Oh well,
Now back.
at least this isn't forever. I mean, at least I'm not captured. Oh, the tea's good though. I mean, it's not the best tea I've ever had, but hey, it's actually wonderful. Would you like some? Please come join our dead body tea party.
And then at the very end, he throws in, I'm
No.
lonely.
Yes, very much so. Please. There's somebody in need. I would rather you be down here so I could actually have somebody to talk to. He's talking to these dead bodies. I can't hear them. And this one keeps staring at me, especially with the one with the broken neck. She's just looking my way.
You can always just, like, take your hand and close their eyes. And besides, we're talking right now. You can talk to me about anything. You just can't make me come down there and be in that scary place with the dead body and the magic user who does things to dead bodies.
Oh
I'm
my.
not even gonna go there. Well, anyway, no, all is well here.
Okay. So Scarlet, what do you do after that dream?
She's going to write in her book super fast and then just walk out, just pale and questioning everything that just happened.
Okay.
I wouldn't be paying attention because I'm scanning for hostiles.
You don't see anything. I mean, the docks are busy, but nobody seems to come to, the dock that you guys are at. Most of them just keep walking by and doing their own thing. Yeah, I forget, your past perception is ridiculously high. You do notice a female just kind of leaning against a wall, up towards, where the streets, start to actually appear from the docks. She seems to be looking in your general direction, but you can't tell specifically if she's looking at you guys or not. But she hasn't really moved from that spot. She kind of sits there. You'll see occasional person walk up to her, say something to her, and her, without even looking, responds, and they just walk away.
You there, worker.
Yes, my lord.
Tell that woman over there she should draw me. It'll last longer.
Knew that one was coming. He looks very confused.
Draw me like one of your French girls.
My lord, that's Archangel.
And who might that be?
A local folk hero. She has done a lot of good for many of the citizens here. She seems to... Her background is questionable. No one really notices anything about her. The most we know is that she appears, helps people out, and then before getting a reward or anything like that, she's gone.
Well, tell her to stop eye-fucking me and come over here and do something about it. I tire of looking in her direction and have her stare at me. It's unsettling.
He looks over. I can't even tell, my lord, if she's looking at you. She may be looking at one of the other boats. I heard rumor that she planned on leaving the continent to go elsewhere. So she may be trying to find the right vessel.
Is this a dwarf?
Yeah.
Little one, I'm responsible for your pay increase. And I am telling you, Go tell her to stop staring at me.
I love how he thinks every person that looks in his direction is staring at him.
I know, right?
That's some paranoid shit right there.
Yep.
And one of these days, one of the short people just gonna start shaking him because of his blatant sizes and
That's why
blatant.
It's because I'm Dragonborn, and who wouldn't want to stare at me?
I was waiting on that.
well, let's see. There's Ragnar.
Lady Dragonborn. Lady Dragonborn.
Most Goliaths.
The dwarf runs off. You can see him run all the way up and talk to her. She just waves him away. She slightly averts her eyes to another boat.
I yell out, "Smart!" I look back. Is Scarlet outside?
Yeah, as you look back, you notice she's coming out. She looks a bit pale and, for lack of a better term, looks like she's seen a ghost.
Poor thing, had a bad dream. Well, my dear, there's plenty of stock in the kitchen. Mind yourself for the time being. I will, just stay out of trouble. There's something I must see to do.
She's going to look at him and nod. Okay, just don't kill anybody. Unless you truly have to. We don't need any more trouble.
I will attempt to stay my blade. However, I cannot make a promise I cannot keep.
She sighs and nods. Very well. She then goes to the kitchen.
I'll head straight for this Archangel douche queen.
As you begin wandering, you lose track of her through all the various activity on the docks and stuff. When you get to where she was, she's gone.
Afraid to face me, coward.
No
God, I
response.
really should have played my other dwarf.
Figures. Well, in that case, some folk hero you are. I'll stomp on back to my ship.
Okay. What name's Tiberius? You lost me.
Of the two, the dwarf and the woman.
Oh, damn you.
I thought you said you had their names, so
No.
if you
I haven't fucking thought of them yet because this was randomly
Oh.
out of nowhere.
yeah, that's why I told you you were 50% right.
The female, her name is Elizabeth. The Dwarven
Okay.
will call him. I almost want to say it. We'll call him Wenner.
I was gonna say, did Ragnar die of old age? And this is Ragnar. He got tired of fighting and is now a cobbler.
I was thinking about it, at least using the name, but I was like, no.
You're gonna have to spell that other name for me. I didn't get that.
Sorry, that's supposed to be a comma in between those two.
Well, we're definitely going to get eyeballs now whenever we go outside with these corpses walking beside us.
Well, technically, by the time I'm done, people won't even be able to know.
Well, I hope so. It's going to be awkward otherwise.
Yes, I know. Trust me. That's why I've got plans. I don't want to cause trouble for the party. Plus, the idea of helping lost souls that either died of old age and didn't complete their lifetime goals, or somebody that died too early, it's one of those things that I've written a lot of stories, and I love the idea of it. Now, if I raise somebody and they say their lifetime goal is to fuck a dwarf, well, we're coming back here.
Scarlet, you don't get an answer, but you feel your deity's present.
She's going to smile and just continue praying.
That's P-R-A-Y, by the way, not E-Y. Means you're preying on Giat. You're trying to kill him. Bastard.
No.
Just FYI. Just have to give you shit.
I know.
Undead circus. Okay. Yeah, the big question I have, Tiberius, is how are you going to walk these corpses out and people not notice that they're corpses?
Well, unless necromancy is completely frowned upon and completely illegal in this city, I can come up with a reasonable excuse.
Necromancy is frowned upon in most cities. It's not outlawed
Well,
per se. Magic is arcane magic is actually more accepted than necromancy is, just because of the taboo that people think of necromancy. You know, people raising the dead.
okay, well, alright, well, once they get the headbands, that won't be an issue, and I'm thinking, if that is an issue, instead of raising them, I can use enhance ability on myself, give myself bear strength, so my strength, I can lift, basically double, and I have advantage, and then I will put them in my coffin. I mean, it's a big coffin, plenty of room. I'll just have to have, I'm guessing the small child will have to carry my tea set for a while, or at least until we get to the magic shop.
Your ring goes ring, ring, ring. I'm not carrying your crap.
It's a 320-year-old tea set. I'm sure you can carry it. I have faith in you, young
Give it
child.
to me. I'll
Ring, ring, ring. I'm lazy.
Give it to me, friend. I'll carry it.
Alright, and then I will let him do that, and I will shove the corpse in my coffin and slam it shut, locking it, and then activating enhance ability. There. Are you happy? Now they're out of sight.
I was just asking. I mean, you could have tried to. I mean, there are a couple other ways you could have done it where you didn't have to lock them in a coffin. But sure, if you want to do it that way.
I mean, yeah, it's a low-level spell. I don't have to worry about it burning. I can always use my recovery when we take a rest. What time of day is it? Because I don't remember when that shop closes. The one that's got the elf lady.
Dahlia. That shop doesn't close until late at night right now. And late at night meaning like 10 o'clock. Before this time is like a better term. Right now it's about equivalent to what would be about 2 in the afternoon.
Oh, then I've got plenty of time. I just have to go get 2 of these items, which is going to cost me 16,000, which is half of what I accumulated, and then 2 minutes of my time. Oh no, 1 minute, because I can do it with two targets. With the animate dead thing.
Okay.
But yeah, that's where I'm going. Let people get to what they're doing, because you know what I plan on doing.
Yeah. Julius and Kren, do you continue to follow Tiberius on his weird escapade?
Julius, what is your decision on this matter?
Julius just watched me stuff 2 corpses into a fucking coffin, slam it shut after 20 minutes of talking to them and not hearing anything, and now I'm walking out of a morgue with the corpses in my coffin towards a magic shop. That's where we're leaving you, Julius.
This is by far the most oddest, most confusing situations I've ever been in. But as long as no harm comes to innocence and no harm comes to our party, I suppose he can do as he wishes. But I would rather be on the boat right now.
It's your choice.
I follow him to the boat.
Okay.
I will say I'll look at the necromancer and say, I will meet you on the boat. I will hold on to your tea set and keep it safe, and we'll see you on the boat, hopefully.
Well, the scary part is he hasn't actually admitted to being a necromancer. You just watched him grab a couple corpses, throw in a bag, you don't know what he's got planned for him, and he talked to a dead thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I don't know what you are. Well, I'll say Lord Tiberius. I'll say Tiberius, I will meet you on the boat and leave you to this whatever you're doing. And I'll look at my gesture and say, come, gesture. I would rather be out of this morgue as fast as possible.
1 second.
Well, beauty thing, I'm out of here.
You still can't see me.
Oh, well, never mind.
You just talk to the air, basically.
He's used to it, though. I mean, he's used to just talking to the air and it just somehow listening.
Okay, you guys head back towards the boat. Tiberius goes to the magic shop. Dean, this is about the time that you are done with your little thing. Do you head back? Curse of having to type. It's a bitch. Yes, acting drunk. Okay. Okay. You do notice for a little bit you are kind of being followed. But you take a few evasive maneuvers and manage to lose whoever it was. Okay. So you get back to the boat. So everybody but Tiberius is now back at the boat.
I will be there shortly.
Madison just sent me this message. I don't know if she put it on Discord or not, but she said, I'll take you to the magic shop. I'll let you with the magic wand.
Don't make me pull out that song.
Oh, God.
But you just see Tiberius. He's still got his mask and his hat on, but he's already took his jacket off and he's dancing with the pole.
Vilnal, as you're walking back and forth, waiting for the others to arrive, on one of your turns back, you see a... trying to remember. Hold on, I gotta look at something. God damn it, I forgot myself. I should be better at this. Fucking slacker me.
Push.
DM, you're fired.
I know. I'm fucking fired.
All right, Madison. It's your turn. You take over.
No.
You see a gentleman in a blue cape, with rather ornate armor. It shines in the light, but it seems to shine a little extra more. He's standing there kind of tapping his foot. He's kind of looking around. He looks at you. He thinks for a second, nods. He looks as if he's looking for someone else. Obviously, he recognizes you, but looks as if he's looking for others.
I will move to him. Is there something I can help you with, sir?
Yes, I was hoping to find the rest of your party so I don't have to repeat myself a bunch of times.
And you are?
A friend of Kane's.
I'm gonna look him up and down. Does he have any symbols on him?
The only symbol he has on him is a pair of wings. That's on his breastplate.
And is he human? Something?
He looks slightly elvish. A pale complexion, but slightly elvish.
Alright, I'll look down at my ring, rub it or whatever I have to do to it. Kane's messenger is here. Meet me at the docks.
Oh, by the way, Discord for the party members because Dean's going to inform everybody something. Not that.
I've been looking at it the whole time.
Okay. Yeah, everybody gets the message. Tiberius, you do as well. All of you get the message that apparently Kane's messenger is here.
I will, I'll
Who?
to where they are.
Kane, which was the guy who originally sent you out to that one continent that had all the weird activity. He's the one.
Who originally hired us for everything, including the halfling continent.
Right. So I will refers to the shop, obviously, and then there. I mean, that's only. I have to walk in, buy a couple items. I will let them know I will be there shortly.
Okay.
To with haste.
All right, everybody gets to the boat. You all see this gentleman standing there. He's got a blue cape on. Cape looks a little odd, but you know, he seems a little flashy. He has a pale white breastplate, and on it are golden wings. You don't see any weapons that are visible. He seems to be standing there. He's a palish elf. You think he's an elf because he has long pointed ears, but he's palish. He has gold and silver hair. It's kind of a unique mix.
What says Cain, messenger?
Before anyone says anything, I say this. The silver tongue is most astray, their minds and hearts molded like clay, and I give myself bardic inspiration.
Okay. Okay. He looks in your direction, looks confused. Don't say anything. And yes, he saw you. Cain wishes you to continue your investigation of the continent.
The pay.
He said the most he can offer as of this moment is 30,000 apiece.
We'll take the ship.
You see the gentleman kind of think for a second. Very well. Scarlet, you get a response. No, I didn't.
She's going to respond back. Well, somebody's here. Describe the man.
Ben's over there. Wait, you said he had golden wings? Let me check something. I'll get back to you.
Oh, hey, so that's my insight roll. I should have advantage, but still, let me just add my d10 to that.
Let me just add my d10.
25.
It's hard to read.
Really, really determined.
It's hard to read.
Curses.
You gonna whisper anything, Scarlet?
I'm waiting.
What?
I'm making a deal on our behalf with this guy. You did the smart thing, but I'm continuing to talk to him.
Oh, yeah. She's gonna she's gonna message Vin. Be like, wait a minute, Cain didn't send a messenger.
And with that, I'll immediately pull out my sword staff and aim it right at his throat.
She's gonna message him again. No, do not cause trouble.
He grabs your sword staff, and you can feel it begin to heat. Extremely hot. Everybody else can see it turning bright red.
I like to make a dex one for that.
Did he say anything?
If I made the dex roll, it would give away who it is.
Okay.
Just for reasons.
Yeah, because
Well,
Since
then-
I'm
I'll
not
headbutt
him,
his face.
You can wait. You can. put
you
in
can
a-
do a you can do a
Xbox.
d20.
Just do / talk to myself, and no one will be able to see anything.
Yeah, or you can.
My
Yeah.
weapon heats up, I'm gonna headbutt him
Can
in
I-
the face.
Okay.
can I do a religion check?
Yes, you can do a religion check.
I don't give a
Do
fuck.
medicine.
I love this group.
He actually takes your headbutt and seems unfazed by it.
Cain didn't send you. I'll
Julius.
let go of my sword staff.
Julius, the only god that has golden wings as a symbol is Calaith, the messenger.
You. Do you
I-
work with Khalid? Are you? Well, actually, hold on. Let me rephrase that. Are you a cleric of what you said?
I'm a follower of Calaith, yes. And Cain didn't directly send me, no.
Then why are you here? And why are you trying to speak for him when you don't?
Because I have someone else talking to him as of this moment. And I am here because that continent needs to be investigated. He lets go of the sword staff. the heat
Then go
stops.
investigate it.
Fine, I'll find another group. He turns around, walks away.
Scarlet's going to stop him.
Yes.
Just, I guess he talked to me in a dream, I guess you can say. And I want to help any way I can.
Well, apparently you're the only one in your group who does. He looks over at Julius. Pity more
I'll look at him.
of certain followers.
Dude, you blatantly just lied to us. Why should we trust you? I mean, like, dude.
I would look at him and say, I never said that I wouldn't help. I would help, but I work with, well, we're working with Kane. If Kane approves, of course, I would help. Considering I'm part of this party.
Real quick, since it is like mid-afternoon and I got plenty of time, I'll just return to the party first.
Okay.
And then that way I'm not out of the loop and have no idea what the hell's going on.
Fair enough, okay. Yeah, you get there and all this is going on.
My, the barbarians are making friends again.
Scarlet, did you get a message? It was a delayed message, but I finally did get a word from the gentleman you're speaking to. Yeah, he can talk for me.
Okay, Scarlet's going to tell the group that.
See, all you have to do is actually speak for the person you said you were speaking for. And we'd give you and we'd actually talk to you.
I didn't think it would take as long to get to him, honestly. I thought he already knew.
I shrug. And I say, Ship, can you get us some chairs or something up here?
And I have no idea who he is.
No. The Golden Wings, the most you know, the Golden Wings do symbolize Kalaith, who is the messenger of the gods. But this gentleman, you have no idea who he is. He's obviously a follower, or just really likes the armor, or likes the armor.
I mean, if he's a follower or whatnot, I will introduce myself henceforth. I do apologize for my barbarian friend here. I know you're not an actual barbarian, but in his eyes, you do kind of swing towards that particular thing. Wait, are you a fighter? What are you fighter-wise?
You don't know. Also in character. You talk to me like that again, I will punch your face.
Well, like my barbarian friend here has suggested, I do apologize. I do not know if you are a follower of Kalaith or if you just love that armor. But I am Lord Marquis Tiberius Ricamate Jaguar van Muso de Vilvenstein, Adrian Septimus Dominic the 15th. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. I am prepared to give you ways to, how to put this, block the waves of trance that seem to try and come over people.
Ooh. Tell me more.
That sounds useful.
I will warn you, once you go further into the continent, it gets much more dangerous. Even for a dragonborn.
Danger does not worry me.
I'll cross my arms. If there is any merit to what you're saying, liar.
He looks, you know what? This group isn't worth it. I'll find another more worthy group to take on the quest. When you hear about them, remember, you were offered the chance. Turns around and walks away.
He's going to follow him again.
Did we just turn something down because our barbarian friends are being barbaric?
Only one is.
Only one.
Good look at him. Why don't you calm that animalistic pride of yours for 2.5 minutes? Maybe 3. I would say I would say 4, but it's just I don't like that number.
pride, honor. I
I
don't
know.
suspect any of
He's
you
he's
colleges
playing
to
his
know what that
he's
is.
playing his character perfectly. Yeah, I'm not giving him any hardship for it. It's great. I love it.
Oh no, I love it too.
Julius is rubbing his forehead, and he's just staying silent.
But I did promise some soon-to-be friends of mine that we would help save the world or help make the betterness of the world. If you need assistance, I'm sure at least some of us agree that it would be in our best interest to help make the world a better place, whether they be barbarians or non-barbarians.
Nope.
Nope.
I'm gonna
Oh dear lord.
walk up to him and say,
Reroll that. Reroll it. I let you reroll that one.
Oh.
Fuck you. Vilna does not give a fuck
Oh
about
my
this.
god, I love it!
He is determined
"Can I
not to
give
give
him
a fuck.
guidance or something?"
No,
I'll send it to you, Steve.
that is hilarious. He is determined not to give a fuck. That is hilarious. The dice have so said it. He does. The gentleman does stop. It's against my better judgment, and I'm already hearing about it from others. Unfortunately, as I have been recently notified, there are no others who fit the qualifications. As much as I think a Dragonborn needs to be brought down back to a little lizard and taught a lesson for a while, the agreement shall be made.
We're
I will walk up to
sorry
him.
for our rudeness, but the way things happened, it seemed like you were lying. And this is important. Just in the last couple of days, we've been attacked by people trying to abduct our friends. So we're a little touchy.
He looks curiously. I wasn't notified of that, or else I would have had a different way of approaching. God.
Oh, look, the elf doesn't know something. I begin slow clapping.
Oh, look, the Dragonborn's a dumbass.
As
He kinda
our
chuckles at that.
as our dragonborn compatriot is walking towards either me or someone else, we have you know me, friend.
I'll give him guidance.
Yeah. Except I
Oh,
got something
I'm not
for
gonna
that.
need guidance.
For both of you. You're gonna need a lot
No,
more
not
than that.
guidance. Silence. There's no sound coming from where Villain was.
Well, first you have to roll that lovely wisdom save at disadvantage.
You doing that against
Hold on.
Vilnol?
Yes, we're friends, aren't we?
Okay.
I'm using Blood Curse of Spellsunder.
Okay.
What is
And you are
that?
going to die.
Well, first you have to do the charm person one.
I don't have to do anything.
That was
Is
waiting
it
for
something
this to
that
happen.
prevents you from using? Is he immune to charm spells?
You're about to find out. You're not about to be immune to a lot of things.
Grizz, pay attention to Discord. Dan's trying to talk to you.
You can attempt it. However, what I'm doing is happening.
They are throwing spells
unless-
at. They are throwing spells at him. In all fairness.
Well, unless you're mine, I'm not doing any harmful spells. So unless you're actually
Mine
It's
immune
a
to
spell, period. Any spell.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Mine is at a point in space near you. Does that count?
It still counts. It's a spell. Well, no, that one actually
Well,
wouldn't because
can he?
that's not directed.
Would he be able to see it if I'm doing the
That's not safe.
symbols behind my? Oh well, then I don't have to worry about it.
21 save
How is it 21?
because of my class. Also, both spells are, well, let me
How
go
do you
through
get a
the rules.
plus 10 on your class?
You don't know what I am. Shh. 34
I'm
on
just
the
saying
upside.
that's a little overpowered at level 5.
Out of game.
Yeah, that's out of game. That's a little
I don't
fucking
even wanna
OP
tell you.
for.
Oh,
It's
come
fine,
on.
but there's no save for silence. It's just
Dang
you're
it,
in a
man.
field of silence.
Yeah, the silent.
It's a spell, Sunder. If it's a spell that is cast within 30 feet of me,
I'm
At
not
me
within
or
30
by
feet
me.
of you.
this
Out of
spell is
character,
cast
I
at
could've-
me.
I'm not within 30 feet of you.
The
But
range.
the spell
Here's
is cast
okay.
at me.
Okay, hold on. Here's the catch. Charm person only has a range of 30 feet, so it would you'd have to be
Oh,
within 30 feet.
right.
That's the
I
catch
did
to the
not.
charm
I
person.
thought I had 60. I'm thinking of a different spell. But
Silence, however, has a range of 120, but he put it to the basically to the side where it just
okay, well then
just
I will
clipped it
ignore
on.
my charm because I thought it was the 61, and then there was one that was a high level that was 30. I got my charm spells backwards.
All right, so
Either way, it
what
doesn't do
does
anything to you.
him
It just
sundering my
shatters it.
spell do to me?
Nothing.
Nothing. It just stops the spell.
Renders it useless, but I know who casted it.
Yeah, that's all it does. It does. It has no effect against you guys at all. It just blocks the spell and basically, fizzles out. Is basically what it does. But he knows who cast the spell at him.
Yeah, it's my level 2 spell I was looking at.
So that's it.
I knew I got 2 mixed up.
I'll note that.
I look at my hands and see that they failed me, and I'm sad.
Aw. Sad child.
The gentleman looks at you, Scarlet. As I said, you are the only ones who can accomplish it, even if some of you need lessons in manners.
I completely agree.
She's gonna look at the rest of the party. Everyone shut up. She's going to turn back to him and smile and bow. So we're taking it, correct?
Yes, 30,000 apiece if you complete the quest, and I will give you items that will prevent the pull that has been happening on the continent.
What did we just accept, by the way?
That was. That's
Uh,
whenever she told them to shut up.
Oh no, I would have shut up anyways.
Basically, what you guys just accepted is a quest to go back to that continent where where you found all the kids, and investigate it further and go further inland to see what's going on and fully investigate it rather than just investigate the edges. He's paying you 30,000, and he's giving you an item that will apparently block some kind of pull that the continent has.
So go back to an island, or continent, my bad, where there could be more things for me to study, and the study of a mind controlling ability with some sort of pull. I am definitely intrigued by this. You had me at mind control.
It's not so much mind control as more
A general hypnosis of pull towards a general target.
There you go. That's
still
better.
would be fascinating to study this.
Well, I hope you survive enough to be able to study it. It is a very dangerous place. I am not going to lie to you about that. It is very dangerous and could be costly. So I urge you to at least take a day and fully think about this, because some of you, or all of you, may not return from this quest.
Well, if even if most of us doesn't return, even if I don't, well, I've lived a nice life. But on the chance that some of our companions, die, they'll return eventually. And I'm just going to look at my coffin and be like, well, I can't fit them all in here. They're just going to have to walk back.
Oh my. I'll look at him and say, consider it done, friend. We will bring back any information that we can.
He tosses a small pouch onto the deck in front of you guys. That's your money. He tosses and he actually hands Scarlet a small box.
She takes it.
Those rings, as long as you were wearing them at all times on the continent, you should not be affected by its pull.
She puts it on and
I love those words. Should not be, which means we can still be affected. And I love this. Oh.
I can't promise if you get closer that the rings may have a weaker effect, but they should protect you to get quite far in.
I'm also going to walk up, and I know that they're probably going to avoid me. I'll walk up to Julius and his compatriot. When we get to the island, I have a favor.
Indeed. What is it?
I would like one of you to be I don't want to say test subject, but that's about as blatantly as I can put it, to take off the ring, and I want to see how this trance effect affects a living person. Don't worry, no harm will come to you. I just need to study this.
You're asking me to take off the ring?
You are your fun compatriot here. Wait, what does it affect?
I'll look over at this guy, the follower of Doohickey, and say,
Plaith.
yeah, follower of Plaith, and say, is there anybody else on this island that may be affected by this?
Many others. And specifically, since the kinder of the two Dragonborn asked, there's a temple located to the west that we specifically we want you to investigate.
I do have a question. Not that we're going to have any of those, but how does this fare against no longer living creatures?
He thinks for a second. If they have no mind of their own, they are unaffected.
So, if they have an increased intelligence, it could be affected.
Correct.
I'm going to look over at Julius. I'm not going to need you after all.
I would figure. I would hope so. I wasn't planning to take off the ring.
Just wake up one morning, it's just gone.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thank you, Scarlet.
There is no time limit. There is no time limit to this, although we prefer it's done within a timely manner. But we are not holding a time limit on you. If you check the bag, the full amount is paid up front.
I will begrudgingly walk up to the elf and extend my hand.
He actually takes your hand and shakes it.
It is not that I want to, nor should I, but Sons of Malachi cannot take an assignment without swearing an oath, so it will be done, elf.
He kind of smiles. He smiles at that every time you say elf. As you take his hand, since you're the only one who's touched him, as you take his hand, you feel power emanating from him.
I'm actually going to be aghast at this. The barbarian has manners.
Can I
Very well.
insight?
You guys have already tried an insight and it didn't work.
Oh, never mind.
Your abilities, I have no doubt. I just hope in future transactions you be up front.
There are many things I was not notified ahead of time. I will assure that next time we meet, all information will be discovered beforehand.
Scarlet doesn't say a word, just throws her red book at him. There, all the information about me.
Not needed, Lady Scarlet.
I will turn about and walk right up to the boat, not say a word. Push past anybody in my way.
I know who all of you are. That is why I came to you guys.
Including me.
Yes, Caleb. He just looks at you.
How much do you know of us?
More than you'd probably prefer.
Scarlet's gonna smile slightly.
No, I'm not a bounty hunter before you ask. You already have 2 of those. I don't think you need a 3rd. I am a follower of Kalaith, who is the messenger of the gods. I am, because of my firm belief, I am given knowledge about certain things that are needed for my missions.
I give him a thumbs up and say, God magic, got it.
Not. I have to know things in order to properly ascertain the groups. Good luck on your journey. May you all return whole, intact, and alive. Looks over at Tiberius as he's walking away.
As you're saying that, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, to see the wizard.
Right before he goes to leave, she's going to stop him one more time. Forgive me for stopping you so many times, but I've seen what this pool can do. So what kind of darkness are we up against?
A darkness that has never seen the light of day. As a matter of fact, it eats the daylight. It is a darkness from which this world is not prepared to handle.
You need to quit making me excited.
She's going to kind of take a deep breath in and nod slightly. Very well. Like I said, I look up to Gia and I will die if that means it will stop this darkness.
So I've been made aware. It just smiles.
Smells bad.
Take care of your dragonborn friend. He's a little touchy. That can't happen all the time. Not everybody will respect that.
She nods. Very well.
He turns around and walks away. Oh, one other thing. He turns around.
She looks at him. Yes.
Beware of the burning griffins. They're not done hunting you.
She sighed and kind of rubbed the back of her neck. I figured. Thank you for that, though.
Beware of Archangel. She's their most deadly.
And do I hear all this?
If you're standing at the foot of the boat, on the dock, yeah. If you haven't walked away, then yes.
Okay.
She's going to look at him and nod. I'll keep her in mind.
Do that because she knows all about all of you. I'm not the only one with knowledge.
She just shakes her head, sighing. I just give up on trying to be someone else.
He kind of chuckles. Be yourself. Be proud of it. No matter your history. Looks over at Julius.
And I'll just look at him and just slightly nod.
Tyrants have been known to change their ways, haven't they? Continues to look at Julius.
Indeed. And I'll just look at him and just curious of how he knows all this and say, yes, tyrants can change.
Keep on your path. Blizzy definitely lights your way.
I will nod and say, thank you. I needed some assurance.
He smiles. You see the cape unfurls into two beautiful blue feathered wings, and he flies off.
I don't think he's an elf. Says he flies away.
Gren's like, yeah, I don't think he's an elf.
I'll look at him
Dion
and
asked
say,
something.
Oh, did I miss something?
He asked the dude something.
Oh, that's disturbing. Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't see it. Yeah, I didn't see it as the DM. My fault. He will respond. I know a lot of the Burning Griffins. What specifically do you want? Type. Ravenwolf is the second. Ravenwolf is the second in command. They work for themselves mostly, but they do have powerful connections throughout various kingdoms. And their plans are to remove the clan of Malachi from existence. No, so they basically want to replace you. Worldwide, their numbers, last check, we're at 3,000. But that's worldwide.
I described the drow elf lady we met in the other island and asked if she's one of them.
Dark elf lady? No, I gotta remember. Holy fuck.
The woman we made the deal with that we leave and she stops raiding the villages of the orcs.
I know what you're talking about. The one that met Scarlet on the roof.
Black Widow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Black Widow is not a part of their organization. Black Widow is an assassin. The Burning Griffins are bounty hunters. Black Widow is in a group called the Shadow Scimitars. They are the deadly assassins.
Is that the one Thorn beat?
Hmm?
Oh, is that the one that's based on Thorn?
Yes.
Okay, I was... Sorry, continue.
You're good. No, I mean, that's good information to know. If nobody has any questions, then he flies off. And yes, he could be a Sky Elf. But, from what you guys know as Sky Elves, their wings are white, not blue, and their skin is blue. This one had pale skin.
I don't think that he is who he says he is. I would have cast my zone of truth, but considering that he stopped the sword and everything, heated it up, I'm afraid it wouldn't affect him.
Scarlett's going to look over at him. Think of it like this. Let's say that he wasn't a follower of Khalif.
Careful.
Then he...
Careful.
Turn.
You're getting close to that metagaming state. Careful. What you know out of character, you don't know in character.
Her.
Scarlet.
Well, he is pretty powerful. He did stop my silence from going off.
Yeah, you guys can assume.
Unless there was, unless there was something obvious that Vinol does.
No,
I assume it was the scary elf man.
Yeah, as far as you guys know, it was the scary elf man that did it. Vinol made no actions whatsoever. He just stood there.
Okay, my bad. She's going to
okay.
look at she's going to look at Jolius. Well, if he was going to do anything bad, he would have did it. We've seen what he could do with the sword. Imagine what he could do with us. I trust him personally.
The thing is, this thing scares me. He knew who I was before. Even called me. Even knew of my youthful days.
He did say he knew a lot about you. He admitted that.
Yeah, he would out a character. He knew Julius was a tyrant before he found his guild. That's what scares me.
Yeah, in character that would be disturbing.
She's gonna nod. Yes, it was frightening for me too, but I trust
he's gonna hold up his hold up his hand to her. I need to be alone. And he looks at Jester too. He says, "I need to be alone, friend." And then he starts going to his quarters.
She's gonna sigh and just kind of hang her head a little.
And Julius is gonna go pray.
Okay.
Trying to get it off his mind.
Okay, you guys all get on the boat. It responds to anybody's command.
I'm not there yet.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Beers had to go to the magic shop.
I said I'd be back in about 10 minutes.
Lollipop.
Yeah, lollipop. Actually, I was thinking more candy shop, but that fits more better.
Yeah.
Wow, more better. I can speak perfect English. Oof.
Mo better.
I know, right? I don't even know
More
where that
better,
came.
more butter.
I don't even know where that came from. All right, Tabir should go to the magic shop. She's open, no big surprise. Let me see. That kind of item's a little more unique.
But yeah, he'd be either looking for a necklace or a ring. You already know what he's looking for because it's in the uncommon. It's basically in the uncommon section. It's called a circular yeah, I can't even speak right now. Circular of intelligence, which does exactly what it says.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking for an item like that. I'm not going to really let her know why because that might upset certain people, but she will, or he will state that he met the friend that, or I don't know if they're friends or not, the acquaintance that she suggested, and he is now on the path between genius and insanity and has erased that fucking line.
She just shakes her head at you, but
Okay.
you managed to find one circlet and then a ring that does the exact same effect.
Ah, a ring for the dwarf and a circlet for the lady.
Correct.
Perfect.
Have to make it right, you know.
Well, I mean, it would just be really weird. I mean, just imagine it from the party's perspective. I'd be walking up with these people, and I suddenly bend down on a knee and offer a ring to some random lady. Like, what the hell did he do in 10 minutes?
But yeah, I rolled a natural 8, so on a d8, so yeah, the items happen to be there. You're lucky.
Okay. How much?
Whatever the standard price is.
I said that 8,000, so I'll give her the 16, which drops me almost a little over half, but I cannot carry, mainly I just can't carry around that many platinum pieces. That would break my back. I can't constantly cast enhance ability.
Do you need me to go with you?
Oh, well, that's up to you. I mean,
I'll do it for him.
oh, well, yeah, so you would have carried all that gold that I've been looking around. Yeah, you just watched me buy a ring and a circlet and have no idea what the hell I'm doing with it, but you will find out shortly. I will pay her, bow thankfully, and, well, I still have the head on ice, so I don't have to worry about that. That's for later. I am going to... Oh, wait a minute. I just realized I could probably do that too while I'm here. I'm still friends with the mortician, and even if it failed, I'm sure I can become friends with him again. Unless yeah, we might come across a corpse on the next when we get to the island. That's fine. Going because I was thinking of just putting her head on a. I have to have a full body to do a flesh golem, so I was going to put the head on some poor woman that gets decapitated by the barbarians because we know that's going to happen. Yeah. So, going to then go into a very dark, very secluded alleyway. Make sure I don't have to recast enhanceability, pull out said corpses. I've already used mending on the lady because she's technically an inanimate object, not a living person anymore. And then do the whole raise dead with the ring already on the dwarf's finger and the circlet on her head, so they will have their intelligence. They're just going to be a little slow to start out with. You know, you have to get those crinks out of your dead shoulders. And yes, apparently Lucius is watching me raise dead people, so yes, now you know. After they're conscious, I'm gonna ask them how they feel. I mean, obviously, you're kind of creaky. Your neck's gonna be stiffer. Well, I did mend it.
They thank you for bringing them back.
And I will let them know about the circulet and the ring. That's the only reason they're maintaining their intelligence. I will find a way to return them. Basically, as long as I use, even though they are undead, even after I fail to, if I don't use my spell and they just go back to being a corpse, if I use repose on them, or gentle repose, and I keep using that, their body will stay fresh. So eventually, once I find and get high enough to use raise dead, or dip into that, or find an item that does that, then yeah, they'll be back to except for the dwarf. I mean, I can't raise him because he died of natural causes.
Okay.
Like, well, natural. I mean, old age. He died of old age, so I can't raise him. So that's why I'm thinking of buying him arms and armor, because technically, there's nothing that's saying they can't have arms and armor. I'm gonna ask him while he's readjusting to being alive for a minute, what his preference of what he want to do to complete himself. Same with the lady, I guess.
Well, you find out that, like, even though he was a cobbler, he has a lot of, fighters in his family, and many of them died in various wars, throughout the ages. Even though he was never a really good fighter, he would like to try his hand at it again.
Well, we can find you. We'll probably obviously have to get you some clothes, so we can stop there real quick, but that's just a couple of minutes. We need to find you some clothes and some arms and armor. I'm sure there's a nice dwarf smith around here somewhere. And what about you? Elizabeth.
Even though I tended to the children, I always managed to have an innate ability to be able to not just heal wounds, but heal them internally.
Ah, so you'd like to be assisting with medical procedures and whatnot. That might take a little while before we can do that, because you're not as dexterous as you used to be. I will find a way to help you with that.
The whole fact that she's dead.
That's the only thing I can't. I don't think there's any item, at least that I can afford at the moment, that would give any bonus to dexterity at the moment. But yes, okay, I will help you with that. But first, let's ask. Oh, Lucius, I forgot you were there. This is Bronor, if I remember correctly, and this is
Julius.
Elizabeth.
You mean Julius?
Yes, yeah, Julius.
You keep calling him Lucius.
Oh.
I'm used to Lucius. All right.
I know.
I am
yes,
too. I am too. I accidentally change his name sometimes myself.
But yep, this is Elizabeth, and this fine, strapping young dwarf is Bronor.
And then I'll reach my hand out and say, Julius Goldblade. And I'll go to shake their hands.
Okay. They shake your hands. Their hands are cold. And
I would figure.
You needn't worry. They will have their bodies eventually. It'll just take some time.
It's still a bit odd, but I mean...
Well, from what you know of necromancy, necromancers don't care about the corpses they raise. I'm putting a lot of care into these corpses. Yes, I'm odd. I accept this.
It would suck if they died so quickly.
Your reasons... I look at him and say, your reasons are your own.
Well,
as long as nobody gets hurt, as long as...
Even if they die, they become inanimate objects, and you can either repair their bodies with animate dead or to use in the mending thing. So I will try to keep them as alive, and that's why I'm going to get the dwarf, armor, because with armor, it'll keep him alive a little bit longer. I can't do much for his dexterity, so he's going to have to get used to those crinkly bones for a while.
Okay. You manage to get them what they need, clothes and whatnot, just to at least
Okay.
have some kind of modicum of normalness to them.
Well, I mean, they look normal, because if you use gentle repose on a body, it still looks young. After 24 hours, I'll have to do it again. So they'll look normal. They'll just, obviously, if somebody touches them, they're not going to be normal. They're like, oh, you're ice cold. Right, that's not right.
That's creepy.
But I'm going to ask the dwarf what his preference is, so whatever he prefers for arms and armor, we'll get him that. I can afford it. It's not a big deal. Just later on and during the boat ride or whatnot, just message me, PM me or whatnot, what his preference is, and I will put that on his sheet.
Okay. Alright, you guys all get on the boat.
I'm going to return with my new friends. Everybody, this is Elizabeth. She will be, I guess, assisting me with certain medical procedures and tea parties. And this is Brunner. He's he used to be a cobbler. Um, had a nice long life, but now he wants to be an accomplished fighter, and he will be joining us on this fun adventure.
There's no words for this.
And I have absolutely no idea what he's doing.
Scarlet's going to wave.
Do I know that it's a corpse now?
If you shake hands with them, yes.
Yeah, they look normal to shake hands with them.
Oh, and I will say,
insight beat whatever illusion he's using.
well, as soon as you shake their hands, before you shake their hands, he will state that they were dead, but they will eventually be back amongst the living, completing their goals, except for, and he will say with the sincerest apologies to Brunner, I won't be able to restore you to life, but you will have your intelligence and you will be able to complete your goal of being a fighter before you are laid to rest.
He nods.
I can't cure old age.
It's a bitch.
Out of character, is there a backstory to why he's doing this?
Yes.
Yes, there is. Out of character,
Craziness.
Out of his character, he's trying to find a way to restore a certain loved one that he lost, because he was one of those high elves that, yes, this is the reason why he's a dick, and like 98% of the reason. He hated every other race that wasn't high elf, even wood elves. He looked down at wood elves, even though they lived the same lives. He still looked down on them because they weren't, innately magical
So
as
he's
high elves are.
Alvino, you're saying.
So yeah, he's basically he was your standard typical, and this is all out of game. You have to talk to him and get his backstory. The only one that knows, I think, so far is Scarlet, because he's the only one that actually talked to him. That basically fell in love with a human, and obviously humans don't live nearly as long. She died, so he's trying to find the perfect way to restore her soul to a perfect body. So he's trying to do the whole Frankenstein meets D&D type deal. So he's not your normal necromancer. He actually cares about the people he's risen. I mean, you can see she's wearing nice clothes and he's wearing some nice armor.
The boat immediately begins to set sail.
Say, wait, we don't have it was rings, right? They gave us rings to protect us from mind control.
Correct.
We don't have any of those for your associates.
Nope. There was only enough for your group.
Well, if it comes to that, I can make them innately unaffected by it, and then once we deal with the problem, and I will say this to them because he's not an asshole. We are going to this island where people are being affected by basically some sort of hypnotic pull, as it were. And what we're going to be doing is these rings should prevent that from affecting us. And it affects creatures of intelligence. So while we're on the island, I can either remove the ring and this I'm saying this to them, so people they're like, oh, we need to take those away from them. The ring and the circlet, or I can put you under, or we can attempt to assist with those. I'm guessing it's going to be out of game. I think it's going to be a wisdom save, if I had to guess, for a hypnotic pull.
Yes, it's a wisdom save.
But don't worry, we will deal with that if that becomes a problem. No harm will befall you. Even if harm does befall you, I can restore your bodies. So there is that.
They look a little confused at it, but agree nonetheless.
But they got a 19 intelligence. I would hope they could wrap their mind around it. But their intelligence is higher than mine. That's a scary thought. Scary thought.
The journey, which took a week last time, is only going to take a few days. However, at this point, we're going to
sailing at hyperspeed.
Yeah, it's moving a little faster than even you guys are used to. For some odd reason. But we're going to take a quick 10-minute break for everybody. Bathroom, grab a snack, whatever you want. Just to get that out of the way, because I don't want to do another Sunday night, 12 midnight fucking break time.
Makes sense.
Alright, I'll be right back.
But for those who are still here, he's basically trying to, like I said, do the whole Victor Frankenstein thing, and he's chaotic neutral, but he figures if he's shows any inkling to being nice to souls, it would be a good thing to do considering his long-term goal. I mean, if he's an asshole to all the things he raises, he might accidentally be an asshole to the person he actually cares about, and that could turn ugly real quick. I mean, I'm a married man. I know you don't fuck with anybody, even undead women. Especially when their intelligence is higher than yours. I think mine's at 17 or 18, and theirs is all 19. It's a smart dwarf.
Very, very.
I love finding the fucking tiniest loopholes for fucking wizards.
One wizard. That
Well,
was a long time ago.
Well, with necromancy, give me 1 second.
Crap. You know what? I forgot to add my domain spells.
I just realized I posted that twice. I apologize.
I got fireball and something else.
But yeah, when you look at the undead character sheets and their whatnots, they can wear arms and armor. So I mean, there's nothing that prevents them from doing it. Which I put in people with, because if you use mending on their undead bodies, or not their undead, their dead bodies, since they are technically considered inanimate objects, you can use mending on them to heal any breaks or cuts and all that. Then you use repose, gentle repose, make them fresh again, then hit them with raise undead. Now you've got a fresh looking person, even looks the same the day they died, except for no blown out organs, anything missing. And then you put them in armor, so you've got normal looking people. Give them and then I just thought of that. Fucking give them the amulet and all that to him. Now they can talk. Oh, necromancy with loopholes. Welcome back. I love the way he's playing it, because I usually play the barbarians or the fighters, and it feels so weird being on the receiving end of my own, and I would be doing the same thing that he's doing. So I applaud Vinod for what he's doing, but it's so weird being on the receiving end of it.
He's actually neither. He's kind of...
Well, my backup character is I'm weighing my options between like a Viking type human and Goliath. I don't want to do another dwarf. Every other character I do since I've discovered D20 are dwarfs. And I want to do somebody that, since this is 600 years some odd later since the incident, I'm doing in their backstory, because I haven't wrote what their race is yet. It clearly states that they're trying to honor the fallen hero Ragnar. So you've got somebody who's trained, basically a fanboy of Ragnar that wants to follow in his footsteps. You already know how that's gonna turn out. I heard that. I heard the story. What story? The story of Ragnar and the turkey. I will get there one day. Fucking love it. So that's why I sent a message to DM, like, because last time I played a sorcerer or spellcaster of any kind was back on 2nd edition, and they've gotten so much squishier. Yeah, they're powerful, but they're just as squishy. So he gave me a backup character sheet, which I'm using for one of my zombies, but I will be building my backup just in case, because I'm not comfortable with squishy people. But necromancers, I'm comfortable with, because I can build up a little wall of protection, and then I've got all my wisdom spells that can hit people. So I'm mildly comfortable with it. I'm pretty comfortable where I am right now.
You bring a great comedic relief.
Yeah,
So stick around.
I just realized that every one of my characters have fucking comic relief in them. I tried playing a serious character once, and it did not turn out. It went from the idea of being serious, like a serious noble. He wasn't like straight paladin. He was paladin fighter, so he went along that straight noble line. You know, protect the injustice. He takes everything overly seriously, and he went from being that to comic relief by the end of I think level 3. Like he would start spouting rules out of his rule book, and he would be really sincere about them and like really, honest sounding. And there was a fucking rogue in the party, like, oh, here he goes again. Everybody sit down, grab a pint. And then the DM was a dick with it because he's like, it's mid-noon, and you can actually, as he's talking, people are. It does the whole montage where they fall asleep and it's starting to get darker, and he's still going on. Finally gets to the end, it's dark. Like, all right, let's take our long rest. So yeah, I mean, I can do it, but I do like my comic relief characters a little bit more.
Agree as it doesn't matter. A messenger ring, when you use them, basically what happens is the person sends a message to a person. The person can then respond with a quick message. You don't have to have a ring, but to have a full-blown conversation, you have to have a ring. Just to respond, you don't need a ring. So it doesn't matter whether you have the ring or not. They can still contact you. All they have to do is know the person.
I have a
What
remedy
level
for
is-
that too.
What level is Fireball?
That is a 3rd level spell, which I think I have Fireball. Oh wait, no, I don't think I took Fireball. I'll get that at level 6.
Is it evocation?
No.
I think so. I don't
check.
remember. I don't use it too much.
Because I can't find it. It's one of my domain spells, and I forgot to add it. Now I'm just adding it. And I can't find it.
You just type in Fireball, Fireball. It is a.
It is an evocation. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, that's all I needed.
And I love it because it hits all 3 components. So you can do it either saying it, you can fling your finger, you can do everything. I love that.
No, when it has all 3, it means you have to do all 3.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely changed from 2nd E. I'm going to have to remember that.
Yeah, when it says all 3, it means you have to use all 3 to do it. When it takes out one of them, when it only has like V and M, it means you don't need the semantic component. When it takes out the V, it only means, so on and so forth.
That makes sense with the whole silence, but I almost thought that was fucking useless. Now I understand the purpose.
Yep.
Oh, excuse me, the purpose of silence now.
Correct.
But I'm not a fan of Fireball. I mean, I was gonna take it, but then I remembered I'm a necromancer and I'm not gonna be an asshole to my zombies. So I'm like, all right, yeah, go over there, you got it. As a bonus action, move them in, move them into attack. I'm like, all right, yeah, fuck, I'm gonna hit you with a fireball.
Are we all back now? We can end the 10-minute break early if we're all back.
I'm back.
I never left. I'm good. I've got so much Mountain Dew in my system right now. I could fucking probably buzz for another 6.
Dickhead is here.
Dickhead.
Yeah, I didn't do anything. Leave me out of it.
think he's referring to himself. I like his asshole character. It's fun.
Well-
It's a unique twist.
Alright, you know what's going to happen, right? We're going to be in this large-scale battle. I'm going to have God knows how many zombies slash lawful companions by then. And we're going to be in a fight, and he's going to expect his brother to be bumping into the back of him. He's going to turn, it's going to be Marquise, and they're going to be back-to-back like, you know what? Just because you're a lizard man, or just because you're a dragonborn, and in this particular situation, I'm not going to insult you, you barbarian bastard.
Yes, Kren.
One thing I will say is at least you're honest.
Oh yeah, he's very flatly honest. He's never lied besides the little white lies to get away with necromancy. That's about it. He's a very upfront person, and that's what I like about him.
Ticket's brothers here. Clam hat. Oh my god. Wow.
All right.
I think I'm gonna go sleep like 20 minutes early because it's getting late and I've got work tomorrow.
So do I.
20 minutes early. We could do so much in 20 minutes. Piss
Yeah.
each other off for one.
But yeah, I mean, if you want to go to sleep, that's fine. We can just say your character just follows Julius around for a while. Or, stays in his bunk and sleeps the whole trip.
I'll just follow Julius around so I'm there when he gets kidnapped again.
Wait, so the child is a boy? Oh god, this whole time I thought you were playing a tiny child girl this whole time.
Not halfling, just,
Great. Well, you have to remember, I get fucking elves confused all the time, so halflings, I'll just say they confuse the hell out of me too.
Alright, yeah, I mean, if you're tired and you want to get some sleep, go ahead. That's fine. Okay. Anyways. Like I said, it only takes a couple days for you guys to get there. So you guys are all fully rested, healed, so on and so forth, yada yada.
On the way there, I'm going to be praying for party and be praying to Brazil
You
for
feel
protection.
you feel his presence, but not much else other than that.
Okay.
Well, since we've got this downtime, I'm curious because since he is studying life and death and the undeath, he's gonna ask them how they feel after they've been dead and they're back. I mean, I know their bones are a little creaky. That part I can understand.
They're definitely feeling very odd. This is a very interesting situation for them. They're not quite sure how to word it.
Well, you don't feel a heartbeat. You're constantly cold or hot. And you can't feel temperatures. I mean, I would understand completely. And I will reassure them in time you will feel your heart beat again. Well, except for I might be able to. There might be some sort of wish that I can grant on Mr. Bruno to grant him life. Who knows? The wish spell does exist.
Interesting.
I did not think about that. That's the word. I'm gonna look that spell up. I don't know if it can target old age, but let me look that up.
I think Wish Spell has no limits.
Just wording. That's the only limit it really has. It's just the wording on it. Wish spell is one of those that the DM. Wish spells is one of those that the DMs are very careful with for a reason, because it's a very powerful spell. It's a true game changer, is what it is. So DMs, with the wish spell, most DMs will be very picky, and so you have to word it very specifically. I feel the same way, because I think with a spell that powerful, that can literally change and alter the whole storyline, it requires something like that.
Well, I mean, this is out of a game. If Mr. Brunner pulls his weight and shows that he's a true warrior at heart, something simple like restore him to life and give him his youth back. Something simple like that. I mean, he's already got his soul attached to his body, so it would just require it to become permanent and give him life. So that's definitely within the boundaries. So I'll let him know that, because I had a lapse of intelligence for a second. Let him know that there is a way. It will require a good sum of money, but if we, prevent the destruction of the world, you will have your life back, my friend.
How much did we receive for this mission?
30,000 apiece.
Okay, that's what
Oh god, I already have enough. That's fucking horrible. Well, almost enough. I think I still need another 10,000. I'm just looking at items that grant the wish spell.
Okay, for those who are still on the boat, do you want to land at the same place you did, or do you want to try a different area?
Is there any other area?
You're looking at the continent, you tell me.
I can't see it.
Oh, fuck yeah, I forgot.
As
No.
earlier stated,
You know what? I'll let them choose. I'll let them choose. So
Vilnal does
I
not
don't-
fucking give a shit. So you're on your own.
It's up to you guys where you want to land.
Well, let's start where you deported last, because I was not there for that. So basically, wherever you left
Right there.
and where you've
where we
already
landed.
been, we'll move from there up.
Yeah, basically right where Scarlet's token is. Y'all are a bunch of downers, man. Jesus. If everybody's gonna die, I'll do it. No. Giat responds, death comes to all in the end. We hope that you plan on living further.
God, you are fucking morbid. You're not wrong.
I told
Who
you.
said that?
Scarlet when she was praying to Giat.
What the
She's
hell,
going to
man?
reply was very well.
No one has any idea where the doll is. Tan didn't give you a location. But you have messenger rings. And
I'll use it.
I'm sorry, but how does the necromancer have the best view on life right now?
I know that is disturbing.
I take joy in taking it. So,
I mean,
Fair
I was
enough.
like all depressed and whatnot. I'm like, we're all gonna die. We're gonna die. And he's sitting there in the corner. Oh, it's wonderful to be alive.
word up to me, I'd have just gone balls deep into dog war and slaughtered everything. But I'm not saying nothing.
Yeah.
So, Giot answered Scarlet, but Blazil didn't answer me.
I didn't see your message.
No, what I was praying
Oh.
for on the way to Jim.
You
I
only
mean,
feel his
on the way
guidance. She was specifically offering herself up to him. He basically refused her in a polite term.
What in the world, man?
You don't know.
I'll
It's all out of
text you.
it's all out of character knowledge. You don't know. That's what she does by herself. She's just
Okay,
praying, so
alright.
it's straight that way. Dan, as for Tan responds. Last I knew, it was in the city of Dogbor, but I have a feeling with the rumor spreading that it is no longer in that city and may very well be at the temple.
Well, we know about the temple, don't we?
I shift my weight and begin tapping my claws on my armor impatiently.
Scarlet never said anything about the temple. Unless somebody else did.
The messenger for Claith did.
Ah.
He specifically said you guys have to go to the temple. They want you to investigate the temple.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Well, let's get this started. Get this over with.
Just so you know, just so you guys saw, it's a 780-mile trip. Just to the temple alone.
Good
Oh,
grief.
well, this is gonna be a fun trip.
Yeah, it's going to take several weeks. Bill was like, fuck y'all, I ain't waiting.
Yep, well, let's go.
On the map, it is more towards... How to explain it to someone who can't see it right this second. Actually, you can in the Discord maps. Rollbind is the very last one. It is the temple called Darkheart. For those who are curious, if you look at the Fortis maps in the channel that I have specifically selected for it, it's the very last map because I redid all the maps. Although I still missed a couple, apparently. Yeah. You guys are on the far east coast, and
I see it.
you're going basically to, like, the equivalent of, what the fuck is over there? South Dakota. Going from North Carolina.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, Mark, if you look in the Fortis maps, the very last map.
Yeah,
I'm sending the
uh,
picture.
You guys are close to the city of Brenton, or the town of Brenton, which you have been to. That's where all the kids were.
okay. Well, let's get this journey started.
I am like 120 feet ahead by now.
I know, right? And all just keeps moving.
Well, as we're walking, I'm gonna literally look down at Mr. Bruno. How's it feel to be wearing full plate, sword, shield, arms of a warrior, my friend?
Dean suggests going to the desert first, starting there. Just so you guys know.
Nope.
Oh no, I read it.
You guys can do what you want.
Well, Dean, your brother continues to walk westward and doesn't seem to be stopping.
I'm going to lean over to Dean while I'm talking to Bruno. You might want to do something about that. I've heard of lizards and dry sands and wherever the hell he's going. But that's you. That's your brother, not mine.
You guys stopped at the same location you did last time. That's where you pulled in because nobody said otherwise, so it went automatically to that location.
Between the mountain range in the middle there, on the east side of the island, and the desert, right where they meet, is where we landed.
Yeah.
And I'm walking straight west.
Okay. So you're walking straight west, so you'd be going... I was just trying to show you.
Yeah.
Would be that way.
Yep.
You know, I'm gonna try to catch up with Bill now.
Okay. You move a little faster, because Vilno's just walking. He's not running or anything. He's just walking.
Okay.
Wait, is Madison still with us? I remember somebody saying she disconnected.
Yeah,
No,
Madison's
I'm
here.
still here.
No, she's here.
I'm just trying to think of ideas what to do.
Well, while he's walking, I'm gonna try to lean in as quick as or as close as I can. I don't know where she is. And I'm a very insightful high elf, and he's been in that position before. But you might want to catch your. I don't want to say boyfriend, but he is kind of walking further and further away.
He's going to look at him and kind of sigh. Okay, she's then going to call out for Vilna.
Yeah, you guys, if you recall, you guys did have horses that transported you all the way back to the ship. But nobody ever said they tied them up, so the horses just randomly wandered off. You guys have been gone for days. So you may still find them.
I just want to stand here as I'm walking back. I wonder if he's going to listen to a woman. Being in that predicament before, it's wise not to. And
Nope.
very unwise not to as well.
Not like that. Nope.
I pause for a second, look back.
Think about it.
I do think about it, but then I realize Julius is catching up to me and resume walking.
She's going to sigh, growl old man, and then start running towards them.
These people are so exhausting. Why does everybody have to run? Don't worry, my friends. We're not running. I understand that running is not going to be your best suit at the moment. You, Sir Dwarf, just got a little slower with age.
Yeah, unfortunately, your two undead companions are gonna slow you down a bit.
Yeah, so he'll keep pace with him. He's not a complete asshole.
So even at the pure math of movement, that it would take a month, and that's, mind you, that would be a month of normal, but a month on Fortis is much longer than that. Remember, a week
That's
is
not counting nights either, so it'd take about a month and a half, I'd assume.
yeah, but you got to remember a day on Fortis is 48 hours, so cut that.
Well, I mean, like resting.
Ah, yeah, okay. Yeah, so month and a half, maybe a little longer, depends on how long it takes you to figure out where exactly the temple is.
I walk until I see a really big fucking building, I guess. That's what I'm going after.
Okay. That's gonna be a long ass walk.
Yeah, I mean, shit. We'll see the village, but if he said temple, I'm gonna look for some stupid, crazy fucking worshipping palace of doom with fucking, I don't know, something out of the ordinary. But I would pass by this village. I do have a map, so I guess I'm looking at it as we walk.
I'm putting my tokens on the board. I know you're gonna have to shrink them or ignore them, but I'm putting
probably
them
will have to ignore them because of the way Roll20's been acting with me. You would remember you guys have horses, or at least had horses at one point in time.
And she's going to try to call for them, I guess. Like, as she's running, she's going to be like, oh, wait a minute, I remember this.
I just have two more, and then I'm done.
I sigh and I grab her and put her on my shoulders and continue walking.
She's going to try to get out of his grasp.
I mean, you can fall off, but that's a 7-foot drop.
Yeah, she'll take it.
Well, it takes 10 feet to do damage.
Well, there you go.
Interesting. How so, Chris? Tired of typing, honestly. So I know you are.
I'm not.
No, I wasn't referring to your public message or private message, Chris.
Well, assuming there is things to hunt, I have a short bow I would be using.
You did find out from the last time you guys were here that animals didn't seem to be affected by this. For some strange reason, it doesn't affect animals. It only affects humanoid creatures.
Well, we actually determined it's low intelligence. Animals aren't the brightest. I mean, I'd give them credit, honestly, but I'm sorry, I couldn't do that Marquise crap anymore. That really hurts my throat. I mean, I love doing it just because I like being that pumpkin bastard. But yeah, they've got a low intelligence. I mean, most war horses are what, 4?
Oh no, now I have to look, damn it.
So yeah, I mean that would make sense because a zombie is 3. A warhorse is most animals are going to be 4. Sentient animals at max can I think only be like a 5 to 6 base with enchantments and whatnot.
A warhorse's intelligence is a 2.
Yep. See, that's what I'm saying. They're not. I mean, if you want to be a real dick, you can get the circulet or something and put it around the horse and give it a 19 intelligence and have it really confused. So yeah, there's that.
I can keep rolling for food as well if you need to.
Simple survival roll will do that for you. You guys will find
15.
miscellaneous. Yeah, you guys will find miscellaneous food and whatnot throughout the way. It won't be a lot. I mean, it's not like, great dinners, but it's food and you stay, from starving.
That makes Scarlet can eat it if it's not great food.
Okay. You guys begin traveling. This is a long trip on foot.
Do I see any deer?
A few here and there. They mainly stick to the woods, but you see a few have wandered out. No fear of humanoids attacking them, apparently. They grown a little ballsy.
I try to grab one and ride it.
Wow, that sounds so wrong.
Why am I not shocked?
Kinky.
Make it my damn mount.
That doesn't help.
I think Ragnar's been influencing this group just a little too much.
Apparently. Okay, yeah, with your animal handling, you managed to get an elk under control, and unfortunately with your weight, it can't hold you for very long.
Well, that's okay. I pat it on the head, throw Scarlet up there, and continue walking.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, you even look at the animal, you're like, yeah, there's no way that poor animal's gonna be able to hold me for very long before it just collapses.
She's going to be petting it.
He walks normally, keeps up with you guys.
And people say I'm the odd one.
And I'll keep walking.
Well, while we're walking, and we got a while to go, does anybody want to share their stories? Okay then.
Well, try to be Mr. Persuasive, and give us. We'll see if we're willing to. See how persuasive you can be, my friend.
I will look at everybody and say, well, if we're going to be here long term, we might as well get to know each other. I'm sure that Scarlet and Vilnall have become well acquainted. And I say that jokingly, but nobody's laughing, so I just clear my throat. Never mind.
Check Discord, everybody.
I turn northwest, and also, sucks to be you.
I know, right? Chris is like, fuck you, I'm not typing that out.
You can do it if you already had it typed out, you just copy and paste. But yeah, let's see. Oh, an 8 per 12. Let's see if I'm going to give him an outright psychotic lie or the truth.
We've been in each other's company for quite some time, so figured why not share.
Oh my lord, I'm going to tell you the truth.
Poor Dean's typing all this shit out. He's like, fuck you, I'm just gonna do this.
Fucking rolled an 8, which matched your persuasion. You are a persuasive person, truly.
Oh, well, good. But, I thought Dean and Villanelle was, like, actual brothers, but...
They are.
With my role...
So wouldn't they have the same story?
I tell you, oh no, we are quite different.
Oh.
I am born of Aso, I am his will. I smash my enemies, I'm here to reap. Everyone, you will all eventually die. And that is the end of my story.
Well then.
200 pounds says I outlived that one.
That's a good, that's a very good, good start, I suppose. And I say that, very, almost scared to say.
I am lying.
That starts out on a good note.
I
would hope so.
I am of the Malikian tribes, clan, if you will, same as my brother. I am here because I'm ordered to be. And my background is not for ears of this world, at any rate.
Well, maybe in time. we can share it with each other. Well, you can share it sometime. But we won't. Nobody will force it out of you. That's terrible for me to say. Well, anyway, anybody else? As we walk,
Just give me 1 second.
well, while he's doing that, let's say, well, my story. It's a bit of a long one. Are we doing this by the campfire or as we walk?
I'm guessing as we.
You can do it as you walk. You can do it at the campfire time. So, I mean, you could do little bits and pieces at the campfire times because you guys do have to get some kind of sleep. You know, so, I mean, you can break it up in little pieces and say it's along the journey.
Okay.
Since you guys are walking, it's going to take about a month and a half to get there.
Yeah, that's why I assumed that we should talk more.
Yeah, lots of talking.
Well, yeah, lots and lots of talk. Anyway, I guys
Holy
gonna
shit.
look at what you want.
Oh, you gotta
guys
change
gonna
it.
go over one.
Dan, I have to smack you.
Hit him hard.
No, thankfully it's not on Twitch, so they don't see it. But you have Mando.
Luckily, we're not gonna be copywritten.
Yeah, you have a particular clan name that has to change.
Yeah, that's some
almost said
Star
it.
Wars stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get rid of the Mandalorians because those are.
Damn you! We all kept trying not to say it.
I couldn't resist. I'm sorry. I'm a Star Wars nerd.
He meant mandolin. The mandolins,
Well,
not
honestly,
the
if
mandolin.
if he changes like it makes it sound different but sound the same, I'm all up for it because that makes me have like a huge respect for him as a person.
He said mandolins, not Mandalorian.
Yeah, that's it.
Because those guys are bloodthirsty. I don't want to say murderers, but
Hence Vilnall.
You're now learning about Vilnall now.
oh dear lord.
The clan of Malachi is based off of them.
Nice.
The original, not the pansy versions later on.
But yeah, I'm almost done. I gotta recopy and paste mine because I'm missing a couple things.
Yeah, just remember, you don't want to share everything in your backstory, so you got to be careful about what you share, because there are some things that your characters would not say in character.
Yep, I know.
See.
Of course.
Yep, nope, I ain't sharing anymore.
Well, I was, well, my story starts when I was a youth. I was born in a noble family, generations. We were born on the continent of blankety blank.
Blankety blank.
I was, yeah, blankety blank. So anyway, because I can't remember the continent's name.
I have to look now because I forgot.
Yeah. So anyway, when I was young, I was a very spoiled child, and I took it to heart, and I had elven slaves that did my bidding. Women pretty much followed my every move. I was a very slick-tongued devil. But my dad grew old. He was the king. He grew old and couldn't take care of the city. Couldn't take care of the kingdom anymore. It was a very fruitful, very flourishing city. A lot of people knew of it back then, but over time, well, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Sorry. My dad had to step down from being the king, and he offered it to my brothers, and my sisters, and me. All my siblings turned down the throne, saying it was too much to handle. Well, me being in my youth, the Corum continent. We were the kingdom of Corum. And so I was young, I was hot-headed, and I thought, well, I could handle this. So I stepped up. My dad handed me the crown, and I felt the power, of course. Within a week's time, it grew hard to handle. I thought that I could handle it, but then I thought again that over time I'd get used to the ropes. Well, the power got to me, and I thought that I could truly grow used to it. Well, we had a council that tried to aid me with all my decisions. Well, I thought I knew better. Long story short, one by one they all stepped down, to the point there was no council, and I could do as I wish. Well, of course, a fruitful city, fruitful kingdom, grew to ruin, grew to poverty, and it was all due to my hands. And so, over time, the people grew tired, the people grew angry, and little did I know, behind my back, every member of the council was starting a revolution against me. Stirred up the people. The people crashed the gates of the castle, and they all won my head. So, me and my gesture, we decided to escape. Both me and my brothers and sisters, we somehow narrowly escaped death. They all wanted our heads to kill the Calum name. Me and my brothers and sisters, we separated, and the only place that I knew I could run, because I never knew anything besides the castle, never knew anything besides the kingdom, I ran to the chantry of Blazil, dropped to my knees, and I prayed to any of the gods that heard me, and Blazil answered my prayers. He showed me the outsider's point of view of all my actions. I felt the anger and the hatred and the craziness that I sought upon my poor kingdom. And I saw myself as a fool. But Blazil said that I could redeem myself. He called me as one of his own. And he said that one day, maybe if I continue under his light, that I could redeem my name. But then he gave me the name Julius Goldblade. And he said, live under this name until he tells me different. And I grew tired. It's been 20 years since I lost my kingdom. And I'm tired of being Julius Goldblade. I do miss my name. I don't miss the power. Because at that time I could not handle it. But if ever Blazil sees fit to put me back on the throne, I would not make the same mistake again. But that was my story, and I'm sorry for the sad sobs. But that's my story.
Well, it's good to finally hear why you considered yourself a fool and you have a justifying you. You can never fix that together. And no disrespect, I just couldn't piece it all together. Oh, yes, I guess as for me, I was born 586 years ago, and a forest that probably has been named by now. As for me personally, I used to look down at the lesser races, dragonborns, humans, gnomes, dwarfs. One person changed that for me. I'm on this journey to repay that debt. Yes and no, it's a current goal of mine. I've seen men at their best and their worst. I've seen dragons, dragonborns, lizard folk, all struggle, thrive, and die. It's just been a long, endless cycle, really. And personally, it grows tiresome after a while. For me, the reason I wear this mask and this facade is I've only let one person truly into my life. And, well, I've actually let two people see me since I've donned this facade. One of them amongst our own people. And I don't plan on removing this facade until I have completed my goal, in a sense.
Well, with all our aids, hopefully we can help that vision of yours.
I appreciate the offer, but it requires a certain skill set that may come useful down the line, but and I don't want to insult my new friends, but they were, I guess, prototypes of that ending goal. Oh, that's out of character. I forgot to say that. But yeah, that's in his mind. He knows it. It's not right to say that about his newly formed friends, but yeah, in the long run, there his start of his end goal. But he will appreciate the offer. The assistance would be graciously accepted. It may go down a dark and twisted path, but I see a light at every tunnel.
Indeed.
Also, I forgot my cream. Oh dear lord, this could be a very long trip.
Ah, well,
Oh wait, nope, here it is. Next to the spleens.
and Scarlet, would you like to tell your story?
I say, yeah, I know her story, and I would understand completely if she does not wish to tell it.
She's
Again,
gonna
nobody is forcing anybody to tell any story.
she's gonna look at Tiberius and smile slightly. I'll tell them some. She then kind of looks down as my family. We've never been up there. We was never rich. We were never wealthy. We were never anything hardly. Well, we were always poor, so we took to stealing. My parents, they taught me the ways on how to steal and how to hide and, just the basics pretty much. But one time we tried to steal from a wealthy man and they got caught. Luckily enough for me, I was still a child, so I could hide in a tight spot. I climbed under the bed and just hid there as my parents got taken away from me. I haven't seen them since, so I didn't really have a place back because, I didn't really have a place to stay at all. So I just took to the streets. If he's alive, I ate anything I could find. Even if it wasn't food, I still tried to eat it. She's going to kind of close her eyes. I then proceeded to steal from this man that I soon fell in love with. Me and him, we were planning to get married, to have a life of our own. He took good care of me, but I don't really want to continue my story from there, if that's alright.
And I understand completely.
She's gonna smile at Tiberius.
Lots of depressing stories. You notice no stories are ever happy stories. Oh, I had a great family. It was a great childhood. We did, good things.
Mine is happy. I mean, it will have a happy ending. I was a dick. All right, I'll admit it. I was a dick to people, and it's fair that dick things happen to dick people. And that's why I'm correcting it. Helping these two young souls here regain their lives and complete their life goals. Oh, and he is saying this out loud. And if I come out a little over the top and judgmental, that's a part of me I'm trying to suppress. I don't want to say it, but barbarians are still barbarians in my eyes, but they are useful tools to complete certain people's goals.
Villanol, off in the distance, you see what looks like was the remains of a small encampment.
I will stop. Lower my sword down, keep the banner down. Call Dion up. Tell him what I see and point it out to him. And if anybody else wants to come up, whatever. And I'll be right back.
Guys, I'm gonna be driving. I can hear everything. I'm getting off work, so
Okay.
I thought I'd let you guys know. I can still play my character, but you'll hear a lot of vibration in the back because that's the engine in this car is loud.
Mm-hmm. Sure it is.
Dirty old man.
I can't help it.
Okay.
I will move forward to get a better look with my hawk eyes.
Fucking vicious passive perception. God damn it. Can't miss shit, damn it. As you move a little closer and get a better view, yeah, it's definitely the remains of a camp. But you could swear.
Jesus.
Can't stealth for shit, apparently, but you see perfectly fine. You can swear it looks like there may be some kind of body there, but you can't tell from how far away it is. It's a good guesstimate about 700 to 800 feet away.
I'll motion them up as I continue moving forward.
Okay.
I will attempt to see if there's any movement around, like blades of grass have been overturned, if there's been any activity in the area while I'm moving forward. 16. Survival.
And by the way, for those who want, Dean's backstory is up on Discord, for those who are paying attention. So if you're curious about reading what Dean says.
I read it, Dean.
Yeah, read
Again, I just don't give a shit.
I already read it because I had to.
Yeah, I read it. I enjoyed the little bits that I threw in there.
Okay.
I love the sharing stories part.
As you kind of look around and try and see if there are any tracks, you don't see any other tracks.
Alright, I'm just gonna go for the body. Or what looks like a body.
Okay, as you get closer, it most definitely is a body. From the smell, now that the wind has kicked up and gone in your direction, he's been dead a while.
I'll look back and make a cutting motion across my throat and point to where the body is. And then tap myself on the head, and then I point to, I'm going towards it. I would assume Deanne knows what the fuck kind of tactical hand movements I'm making, but everybody else might not. I don't know.
Yeah, Dean should.
I don't.
As he's making those hand movements, I'm going to wave, point at the... do a little air Bertie, try to make a shadow puppet.
I'll make a little thing off of Napoleon Dynamite where he makes a bird.
I think Dean
With his
said,
hands.
yeah, or message.
Trying to see what that was just talking about for her.
What you see ahead,
Cool.
you can just barely see because it is quite a distance from where you're currently standing. But you can see just ahead, it looks like the ruins of some kind of small camp.
Okay.
I tried to make the girls' picture smaller. It didn't work.
She's part giant, it's understandable.
Apparently.
She's going to get off the elk and try to sneak over there.
Okay. Villanelle,
I'm
you.
going to examine the body.
Okay. It's an elven male. Looks like he died of hunger.
Interesting.
Dang, man, what a way to go.
Ah,
Does he have anything on him?
that is one of the very few ways for us to die. Hunger.
It looks like he just got standard clothes on. He, doesn't have any pouches or anything like that. He is faced in that northwesterly direction that you guys have been heading.
The natural 20. Can I tell how long he's been dead?
2.5 weeks.
Ooh,
And
well,
the encampment has anything? Is it in tatters or?
It's totally in tatters.
Like it's been attacked?
No signs of an attack.
well, it is an elf. Going to, while they're examining the surroundings, I'm going to sit down, touch the poor man, use gentle repose, and then after he's been turned back to a normal, or unless he constantly looked like he was a starving beggar, then that is fair. Then use speak with the dead. Let's see what we can get out of it. So, aren't you glad you've got somebody that can talk to dead people?
It's kind of scary.
Oh yes, very happy. Okay, what are you asking him?
Well, he's got post spells, so I know that I use them. First question. Well, obviously we know that you died of hunger, so that's not going to be an issue. What happened?
I was heading to the calling.
Oh, one of those. I know it's going to seem odd. You and I have never conversed or talked before. But my name is. I'll just save everything. We'll go through it automatically. Curious. What did you do before the calling? And you were enthralled by it. What was your? What did you do in life?
I was a boyar.
Okay, I'm not 100% sober right now.
He made bows and arrows.
Oh, one of those. Okay. Oh, that's not horrible. What type of person were you?
I tried to be a good man.
Well, let's see if I can insight a dead person. I'm sure if is he actually being honest? I mean, if he's gonna roll persuasion or deception, I guess I would know.
It's a dead man. If I recall correctly, the spell. As long as they
can speak the truth, as long as they want to. So I mean, I'm just asking him a simple question. It's not like I can do anything to him. He's already dead.
Yeah, very true. But yeah, he's being honest. Real quick, Villanelle, aside from the temple, Weymouth is not on the map that you see, and there are several of the ruins that you see on the map that you currently have were actual cities.
Well, what type of is he? Wood elf or high elf?
High elf.
Oh, well, he's been out in the sun for a while, so I'm sure he's, even with my adjunct reposoid, he's probably pretty light considering. I'm going to ask him. It's not going to be anytime soon, because, well, I guess, I mean, my clothes might fit him. He is a high elf. God, he's going to look just like me. It's going to be adorable. I was wondering if you're okay with it, good sir. If I just wish I want to know what your goals were. Did you always want to make bows and arrows, or did you have a better goal in life?
I just wanted to be a good family man and provide for my family in any way I could.
Are they alive? Do you know? And that would be number 4.
I don't know. Last I knew they were alive.
Hmm. Well, I'll make you this deal then. Um, since he can communicate, it doesn't say he can see, but I'm going to let him know that I have 2 other people that I have risen, and with their permission, given them their intelligence, that if he's okay with this, I will return his soul to his body when we get back to the mainland. Oh god, I just realized I'm going to be spending a lot of fucking money on these headbands, rings, and other shit. If he wishes to return basically to his family, we can seek them out if they are alive. Um, it will take some time, you must be patient, but we will be able to eventually return you to life.
I would like that a lot. I would love to be reunited with my family.
Well, for now, I will be, since I did get your permission, I will just put you in my coffin. But soon enough, you will have your intelligence back, and then sometime after that, it's going to require some money, since I'm helping 2 other people as well. You will be reunited with them. Does that sound like a fair deal? You help me try to make the world a better place, and I give you your life back.
Yes.
And I love with the people around me can literally see me talking this course, like, let's make the world a better place, and I'll give you life. All right, so I'm going to
Help with these headbands, my friend. I have enough money to help you.
Oh, no, I've got plenty of money to buy 2 more, and then we just got paid again, so I can buy a couple more. I'm not trying to build an army. I'm trying to build at least 4 people and help people them fulfilled. It's just a cycle he's going to be going through to repent for being an asshole in life. So yeah, he's going to put that person in his coffin because he can carry 1 person. It was the 2 people. There was a woman plus a dwarf that would have. Yeah, dwarves are heavy, stocky little fuckers. But yeah, all right. I'm good. Apparently, and I will repeat everything that he said for the culling. He died from starvation because he was going through the culling. So apparently, in this area, people can be affected. So we need to be careful and hope these rings actually work. And now I'm going to add a corpse to my coffin.
Everybody roll a wisdom save with advantage.
I'm actually good with those.
Thank God for advantage.
Yeah, thank God for advantage. Holy crap.
Oh, I didn't have to worry. The normal roll was an 18. That was even with the... Ooh, there you go.
How did
Okay.
mine look?
You're fine.
Got 22.
Again, you feel that weird pulse seem to hit you, and all of you guys just kind of shake it off.
As soon as that happens, she's going to pull out that scroll that she got and try and use it to detect magic.
Interesting. Well, most of you kind of glow with detect magic because you'd be able to see magic all around you. A lot of things glow on Tiberius. And you can see... It's pretty awesome because now you see... what's the best way to put this? It's hard to describe. You see it seems like a black tendril seems to be reaching down from the heavens and touching a spot further to the northwest.
Okay, she's probably going to sound crazy for doing this, but she's going to use the message ring to tell everybody what she sees. And then start walking to it, like telling them that we probably need to go there if it's touching there.
It's the way you guys. It's the way you guys have been going.
For me, that's a low-level spell, but I'm not going to use it right now.
What's with the numbers? They're available.
Look above the numbers.
He's doing a 180.
He's turning
I'm
around.
180 feet ahead.
Oh, okay.
He hasn't stopped walking.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Basically,
Okay,
he saw the corpse and kept walking.
Okay, gotcha. Saw it. Okay, now I'm catching up. I was like, what the fuck? You guys have only been traveling for a little bit. The suns are now beginning to crest down to the horizon. It's starting to turn nighttime. As you guys proceed for a while longer, you guys get actually about where that little dwarven head is. Sorry, I'm just moving everybody closer.
Right on, Sir Boron. Border. Well, think about that. You are ahead of everybody, apparently.
Yeah, as you guys progress, you continue on for a little while. Then you all just get tired. I mean, you guys have been walking for a few days now, and you guys have stopped off and on. But it's just that time where you get tired.
Well, let us set up camp. Somebody's going to have to roll that fun survival so we can find a nice spot to settle in for the night.
You're on the plains. There's plenty of open spots.
I'm talking about like small caves or something like that.
You're nowhere close to any caves.
Well, if we're out in the open, we're going to have to, I have, unfortunately, constant sentries. That's got to be a new feeling for them now.
I chop down a big circle of tall grass and make it into a bed.
Okay.
A giant bed.
I will start a fire.
You know what? I will cook dinner. There we go. We all contributed.
I will stomp on the fire.
Yeah, nothing like making yourself a beacon.
Oh, okay, well.
You guys are on the plains. You really, like, wide open, flat plains. You guys do not want to set a fire to draw any attention to yourself, because there may be things out here. You guys were told the further inland you go, the closer to the center of the continent you go, the more dangerous it will become.
I just saw that thing that DM posted. Yes, that is perfect.
Sorry about that, then I won't do that.
Nah, you're good.
I tunnel into the bushes and keep watch as best as stealthy as I can.
Okay.
How are you gonna run it for cooking? Usually it's survival, but that's a DM nit rule.
Hard to cook with no fire.
I will salt the meat and cure it.
Okay, there you go.
I can run camp.
Still target. Middle of the night. Light in the middle of the
hold
night.
on.
Just trying to give you guys a heads up. You guys are in the middle of the plains, wide open. You can see as far as your visions can go, but even beyond that, even beyond normal, you can see quite a distance. You can see the windmills off to your right, quite a distance away.
And there's no light. So if we make a light,
Surprise, motherfucker. Just warning ahead of time.
I mean, if you want to make a campfire, whatever, I'll just tunnel in like 180 feet away.
I mean, you guys have rations. I assume you would have picked up rations before you left, assuming X amount of time. Bought a shit ton of rations because you knew you were going to be gone for a while.
Well, I did pay for the boat to be fully stocked.
Yeah. But mainly because I'm getting tired. We will end it there. Plus, I don't want Kren to miss out on anything because it's gonna be fun from now on. So much death planned. So much death. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for the next episode of the Ravenous Squirrels.